Well, you could not have handpicked better weather for baseball and a better crowd for baseball. Thanks so much for joining us. It is the Newport Gulls and the Valley Blue Sox here on the NECBL Broadcast Network as the leadoff hitter, Anthony Sherwin, hits a ball to second. Farquhar bobbles it, and he'll reach safely. So glad you're with us for Newport's third game this season. Zach Letson joined alongside the voice of the Valley Blue Sox, Jeremy Goldstein, and the field reporter for the Newport Gulls, Caden Sharpens, here in game number one of two games between these two teams this season.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice out-of-conference round here for the Blue Sox and the Gulls. Blue Sox hot, coming off 2 wins in a row. Mystic looking to win their second in a row, I believe, on their end.
Valley with a 2-1 record, Newport with a 1-1 record, as the first pitch to Robbie Matte, line for a single, and it gets by Rounds in right. That allows Anthony Sherwin all the way to third base. And what has been an emphatic start from the Valley Blue Sox bat, and you've seen Anthony Sherwin and the third baseman Robbie Matte hitting second. Behind him in the lineup, it's going to be Chase Hansen, the right fielder, hitting third, Danny Melnick hitting fourth, and playing left field. Demarius Rodriguez does the catching and hits fifth. Jack Krause hits sixth and plays center. Charlie Ludwig plays first and hits seventh, rather. Steve Latazzi hitting eighth and doing the designated hitting, while Mikey Casaleggio, the second-year Valley Blue Sox, hits ninth to round out the order. As you get a look at Colin Lowe, the Newport starter, on the mound. He throws ball one to Chase Hansen.
And right now, all of a sudden, Colin Lowe, the Gulls starter, in an immediate jam due to a misplay by the second baseman. Farquhar, and then in right field, another misplay after the single by Matte by Ben Rounds. So first and third, nobody out pretty early in this one.
It's a high chopper off the bat of Hansen, right back to the pitcher, and he fires over to first in time.
That's a big out right there for the Gulls. I mean, they've started the past 2 games very, very slowly, and you see 2 guys are on right now. That is a huge out right there.
It is the first out for Colin Lowe, someone that was a recent addition for the Newport Gulls this season and had an unreal campaign with Bryant this past year. The ace of the Bulldog staff, a 5-4 record with a 2.79 ERA, but maybe the most impressive stat, 79 strikeouts to just 16 walks. With 2 runners in scoring position here right away in the top of the first inning.
And Danny Melnick up at the dish, the walk-off hero in last night's win for the Blue Sox against the division rival North Adams. Steeple Cats are looking to pick up right where he left off with maybe a pair of RBIs right now.
Both of these teams coming off 1-run victories, a 5-4 extra innings win as Melnick swings and misses. 5-4 extra innings win for the Valley Blue Sox last night. Newport was supposed to play yesterday at Fraser Field against the North Shore Navigators. That game got rained down and will be rescheduled for next week. But the Gulls coming off an 8-7 win Wednesday night against the Mystic Schooners. In not walk-off fashion, but about as close as you can get to walk-off fashion. As Melnick hits it back to the screen. A game-winning RBI double by Parker Haskin got the job done in the 8th inning, and Newport got an 8-7 win.
And just like that, going back to the pitcher Lowe, he's just 1 strike away from almost eluding this jam. Looked like it was going to be an almost guaranteed run in the first inning, but 1 more strike for a strikeout on Melnick, and the sac fly is taken out of play.
That pitch, a breaking ball that never quite broke. And Melnick stays alive in the count here.
Melnick started at catcher on opening night, had the day off in game number 2, and now is playing left field for the right field. Or he was in the left field last night and right field tonight, so 2 consecutive nights in the outfield for the catcher.
Comes over from Quinnipiac after a strong season there, as that pitch misses upstairs to even the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, this would be huge right there for the Gulls to limit it to 0 runs. I mean, the past 2 games they've combined for 7 runs in the first inning. The other team has scored, so this would be a huge, huge turning point for the Newport Gulls.
Melnick, a .344 hitter with the Bobcats this past season. But he swings and misses at the 2-2. Ring him up for strike 3. Colin Lowe, after runners on the corners with nobody out, now just an out away from getting out of the jam unscathed.
And just like that, I mean, there was an opportunity for Chase Hansen to drive in the run from third, but it was hit too weakly, and then the strikeout on Melnick. Got to give credit to Colin Lowe. He's rebounded really well.
Yeah, quality changeup on that pitch. Really got him off speed. He was really thinking fastball right there. Did not get it.
And here's his battery mate now, Colin Lowe's battery mate at Bryant, Demarius Rodriguez.
Couple of Bryant Bulldogs. So much Bryant University representation in the NECBL as their strike one.
And Rodriguez hit a home run yesterday, his first of the year, in the 8th inning.
Looking to just maybe deposit a ball in the outfield. Might bring home 2 runs here off the bat. Sherwin on third and Matei on second as he flies this into fairly deep into left field, but camping under it and making the catch is Josh Kuroda. Grounder, and that's the side. 2 base runners for the Valley Blue Sox, but nothing comes from it. Still no score as we go to the bottom of the first on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information.
Back here at Cardines Field as the Newport Gulls get their first hacks of the night on what is a gorgeous Friday night for baseball here in the City by the Sea. Game number 3 for Newport, game number 2 here at home. And we'll give you a look at what Newport will send to the plate here 1 through 9 this evening. No surprise, but it is Sam Kulisingham that leads things off for the Gulls after a 2-homer performance on Wednesday night. The Air Force Falcon plays first base. Josh Kuroda plays behind him at second. In second, playing in left, Trent Farquhar hits third, playing second base. Slade Alford doing the designated hitting, hits cleanup. Colton Ledbetter hits fifth and plays center. Parker Haskin, the hero on Wednesday, hits sixth and does the catching. Luke Beckstein hits seventh and plays third. His Northeastern teammate, Spencer Smith, hits eighth and plays short. And Ben Rounds, the Harvard-ranked fielder, rounds out the order, hitting ninth. As Sam Kulisingham, as we were just saying, looks at ball number 1 down low.
And the pitcher, Andrew Sears, making his first appearance for Valley.
As Kulisingham flies the first pitch out of play.
8-1 with a 2.29 ERA at Rhode Island College for Sears. So he's looking to make an immediate impact for this Blue Sox team.
3 for 5, a monster night for Kulisingham in that win for Newport, 8-7 in thrilling fashion. As that pitch outside, 2 balls and 1 strike to the Air Force Falcon. Set all sorts of records for Air Force this season, including the most hits in program history. And that might be another hit. Yes, it will, or it's going to be caught near the wall. Looked like it may get down. but Hansen out there in the outfield and right field makes the catch.
And that's something that Valley's had to their advantage a lot thus far in the early going. Great defense in both the infield and the outfield. Great break there by Chase Hansen, who started last night's game on the mound, to make a great play on the leadoff hitter for Newport.
Yeah, whenever Coolum Singham gets an out, it's always a hard hit ball, so I expect him next time up to hit another one hard.
Josh Kuroda-Grauer, the batter for the Gulls, looks at ball number 1. We told you about Andrew Sears on the mound. The rest of the Valley Blue Sox in the field, it's Melnick in left, Krause in center, Hansen in right, left to right across the infield. Matei at third, Sherwin at shortstop. As the 1-0 misses, Casaleggio at second, Ludwig at first, and Demarius Rodriguez, who we told you about, the catcher from Bryant, does the catching for Sears.
Third straight night behind the plate for Rodriguez.
Kuroda-Grauer deep into right field, backing up is the right fielder, and it's off the wall. JKG running to second, and he's got a stand-up double, flapping his wings at second.
It looked like Chase Hansen there thought he was going to be able to catch that ball and kept drifting back, and then all of a sudden he was off the top of that really tall wall out and right. Big-time extra base hit for the Gulls, trying to make some noise here in the first.
The trend continues. First inning last game, they scored 3 runs. Can they capitalize on that JKG massive double?
Newport with 3 runs, as you said, Caden, in the first inning. And looking to throw the first punch. That was in response to the Mystic Schooners. But a runner on second and just 1 down now for Trent Farquhar, who swings and misses at the first pitch.
Obviously, Farquhar, very quality hitter, being trusted in the 3-hole, but this is the matchup Sears wants with a runner in scoring position and 1 out, a lefty on lefty, where he can attack that inside corner with his fastball.
One of the biggest hits all night on Wednesday came off the bat of Farquhar, and it came in the first inning. As this pitch is low, a 2 RBI triple. Singham led things off with a homer for the Gulls, and Farquhar brought home 2 more. And a 2-0 deficit turned into a 3-2 Newport lead. And it was a seesaw back-and-forth game. We saw a go-ahead grand slam from the Schooners, and Newport squeaked out their first win of the season, 8-7. As a 1-1 upstairs.
Looks like Sears is trying to do some painting, attacking the corners on every quadrant of the zone, but umpire not giving him the benefit of the doubt thus far. He is just missing a little bit to the benefit of the Gulls.
Two-1 to Farquhar. It's grounded sharply, but foul. A guy that, in Sears, who's got a lot of experience over with the Rhode Island College anchorman, a player for the Newport Gulls' new manager, Frank Holbrook, who is the skipper over at Rhode Island College and started 12 games for the anchorman this past season. First in starts, innings pitched, strikeouts with 96, along with a 2.29 ERA. As the 2-2 misses, a sharp eye from Farquhar has run the count full.
See if he tries to attack the zone, if he's confident enough to throw one out and try to get a chase from the disciplined Farquhar at the plate.
A 392 on base for Farquhar with the Michigan State Spartans this past season. And the 3-2 comes in and clips him. Now that's a free pass for Trent Farquhar, and the Gulls in business here with 1 out.
I mentioned this in the round table, Zach, earlier, but the Blue Sox in both their victories have had to come from behind, and that's included rough starts from their starting pitching, whether it's non-economical innings or disastrous run. They're at disastrous early innings with hit by pitches and walks, so Sears trying to not replicate that, but he's not off to the best of starts.
Newport had to dance their way out of some trouble in the top of the first. Valley had runners on the corners with no outs. They could not push home a run. Newport with 2 runners on themselves here with 1 out for the designated hitter Slate Alford out of Mississippi State. He looks at ball 1.
Another at-bat where Sears has not thrown a first pitch strike.
Alford, a 1-for-4 night last night, came around to score after he delivered a double in the thrilling 8-7 win. There's a strike from Sears. 1-1. JKG a double. Trent Farquhar hit by a pitch. And 2 on here with 1 out for the Gulls. Looking to strike first for the first time in 2022. Big hack and a miss from Alford, 1-2.
You mentioned trying to strike first. The Blue Sox have conceded the first run in all 3 games they've played, so
Something's got to give.
right, whoever scores first breaks a much-needed drought.
Newport fell behind 5-0 in the first to Vermont, then 2-0 in the first to the Mystic Schooners. They did the first part. That was throw up a 0 in the top half of this inning. Now looking to capitalize. But Alford swings and misses for strike 3. That is a big bounce back for Sears, who, as we mentioned, 96 punch-outs at RIC this past season, and a big number 1 here tonight.
And in yesterday's game, Chase Hansen, who's in right field right now, got the first 2 outs in the first inning, allowed 2 hit-by pitches straight, a walk, and then a big 2-out double to the North Adams Steeple Cats. So Sears trying to convert with 2 outs in the first and keep this game at a neutralized 0-0 entering the top of the second.
So Slade Alford, a Mississippi State Bulldog, and the man currently digging in, Colton Ledbetter, who played this last season with Samford, as he looks with ball 1. But he himself will be joining Slade Alford as a member of the Mississippi State Bulldogs, a storied program down there in Starkville, Mississippi. The news announced recently in the last couple of days. The reigning national champions, .1-0 coming to Ledbetter. And it's outside, a good hitter's count.
Ledbetter's got to be one of my favorite names I've seen so far in the NECBL. But in all seriousness, another lefty-on-lefty matchup here for Sears. This is his best chance he has to get out of the inning.
2 balls and no strikes, 2 down, and 2 on for the Gulls. Ledbetter a swing and a drive, deep into center field. Back is Kraus, near the wall, and it's off the top of the wall. 2 runs will score for Newport. Colton Ledbetter gets the Gulls cooking.
That's some power right there to deep center field here at Cardines. The odd dimensions we have here at one of the oldest ballparks in the United States. He just cranks that one off the wall.
You know, I had my eye on Jack Kraus, guys, the entire way. That ball just kept carrying and carrying. Not too much wind in the air tonight, but again, you mentioned these strange dimensions. Dead center is fairly deep, but nonetheless, great piece of hitting by Ledbetter. 2 outs with runners in scoring position, a huge spot. Comes through for Newport, gives them a 2-0 early lead.
So Newport does strike first for the first time in 3 games now this season, and they might not be done yet. Parker Haskin trying to continue things here for the Gulls. Skies the first pitch. Down the left field line, it will not be playable for Robbie Matei. Not a lot of real estate down both the right and left field lines here at Guardians Field at this historic ballpark. A place the Gulls have called home since 2001. It has seen 6 NECBL championships, the most in the history of the league. As that slider dots the inside part of the plate, no balls and 2 strikes to the catcher from Elon University, the hero for the Newport Gulls on Wednesday night. A RBI go-ahead, RBI double in the 8th inning off the bench as a pinch hitter. Gave Newport an 8-7 lead that they would not relinquish. Grounds the 0-2 softly, an easy play for Ludwig at first, and the side is retired. But Colton Ledbetter gets Newport on the board here early. It's 2-0 Gulls as we go to the second on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final 4, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason. The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final 4, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information.
And we're back here at Cardines Field. Zach Letzen, Jeremy Goldstein, and we are pleased to be joined by current 2022 Newport Gull, Colton Freeman.
What is up, dudes? I'm so happy to be here. Just absolutely stoked to see this right here. My goodness, what a venue we have tonight. You can actually feel the energy from the dugout. In the first inning, just being on the line, you could literally feel how palpable the energy was.
Yeah. What was it like for that double that Ledbetter just had?
Oh, that was awesome. It's just like these little pokes you get into center field that hit halfway up the wall are the most exciting things in baseball at this park.
As that's a shot. It gets under the glove of Kula Singham.
PFP right here.
Fielded quickly by Farquhar, but able to beat it out is the center fielder Kraus. Should go down as an infield single. And the second hit of the night for the Valley Blue Sox.
No, Zach, I was telling you while I arrived here, we got a nice park over in Holyoke for the Blue Sox, but this has got to be one of the best atmospheres I've seen in the NECBL thus far, so it must be a pleasure to play here almost every other night.
This is absolutely a blessing. Like, to see this many fans, the family base here is incredible. I've never played at a place like this where everyone sells out for the home team like it has been in Newport, Rhode Island.
Oh, there's not an empty seat here. First Friday night here at Cardines Field. You can't beat this crowd. Newport in their home oranges for the first time this year. And Colton, you're someone who plays at Dartmouth, but I got to ask, we were watching the pregame rituals, and you got quite the soccer skills. They teaching you that at Dartmouth?
Oh, throw down? Oh, not
as it gets away, and how about that from Jack Krause? He hustles his way to first, and now with the stolen bag puts himself in scoring position.
Yeah, so we play a lot of hacky sack in the Dartmouth locker room. I've been practicing juggling with my bat probably since my first summer season after my senior year of high school. So over the years, like, all of that has built up over time, and that combined with the hacky sack skills really makes for the complete juggler.
Well, this is not your first go-around. I mean, we talk about how unique Newport is for summer ball, but you're someone who comes, from coast to coast, Laguna Beach, California, and a member of the Orange County Riptide. How was that experience for you?
That's right. Yeah, that's where I had my first broadcasting experience. we had some blowouts in those games, and I would collect a 3-hit night, come up and do the calls for 3 innings, and that's where I
You're doing it all?
Oh, I love this. This is like the best. It really makes the game of baseball, which is inherently boring, so much more fun. Get that ball.
As that's lined off the bat, just out of the reach of Spencer Smith, and Ludwig has a single.
So I got to ask now, when you're done playing baseball, is broadcasting your next, field of work?
My dad and my grandma really think so.
You got the talent. You got the instincts for it. I got to say.
And I really like to hear myself speak. So all of this.
That's part of the equation right there.
You got that big. It's big time.
It's a big kid thing, yeah. Really like to hear myself speak. Think I'm a smart guy. That's just the narcissism in me, though. Wow, you got replays too?
This is just no one doesn't like the Newport Gulls here in the NECBL.
I was saying the same thing. In Valley, we got one little camera in a booth down the right field line, and I come here, and it's like completely next level and beyond.
It is unbelievable. Like at school, we don't get replays. This is high-level stuff. We're not even on ESPN Plus. What are we on? What is our plug here?
We're on the NECBL network, but fortunately going forward on Fridays, we will also be on YourView local cable here in local Rhode Island.
There you go.
We will have we'll have all the bases covered as Steven Latazia, high chopper. Spencer Smith's only plays over to first, and it's scooped out by Colasingham. It's a productive out for Latazzi, RBI ground out. That races home Kraus, who raced his way all around the bases, first on the infield single, the stolen base, and now the first run here for Valley to make it a 2-1 game.
And that's huge for Valley to get a run after that first inning, having 2 runners on base to start the game, not being able to convert on any of those. So getting one back is the least they could do here in the top of the second.
Have a chance to potentially tie it up with the tying run in scoring position as the lineup card flips over. Or rather, one more batter until it flips over. Mikey Casaleggio, the 9-hitter, digs in.
Casaleggio, his first time playing the field, designated hitter his first couple of times in the lineup this season, but at second base tonight.
Colin Lowe looking to escape further trouble here, still holding on to a 2-1 lead. Spikes in the dirt.
He's got a crazy good cutter. I think he's we don't have the gun up tonight. Is that usually up?
It should be later. So last year we had it.
Yeah.
I think it's a work in progress. It's actually only the second year that we've had this scoreboard. We had a old-fashioned, a much smaller scoreboard.
That checks out with the field, yeah.
It fits it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And in fact, I believe the old signage from the scoreboard, if you go out to where we serve food, it is there, the old Cardians Field sign.
Oh,
so we still have it as a memento. I mean, this place
so cool.
is a walking historical museum.
So much history.
I mean, it's unbelievable. And one thing I've said is it's just it's emblematic of the city of Newport. As Casaleggio flies it out deep and a right. Back is Rounds, near the wall, leaps, and it's off the wall. So the runner had to wait at second base, but Mikey Casaleggio with extra bases, and for a second straight inning, the Valley Blue Sox bats have come to life.
And that is the first hit of the season for Casaleggio as well, and I got to give credit over there to the right fielder, Ben Rounds, because if he turns and faces the wall, that'll give Ludwig on second a great read that he can come around and score, but since he was facing towards home plate, he had to hold up a little bit, so that saved the run.
It's almost like a deke here when you have these high walls.
I was going to ask as an outfielder,
Exactly.
how do you manage with these monstrous walls?
At Laguna Beach High School, we have 30-foot high walls all the way around, kind of like Newport. So this isn't my first go-around with insanely high walls. So what we used to do in high school is we would camp at the warning track, just like Jeremy said, chest to the field, looking up, deking them, and as soon as that ball scrapes off the wall, you're turning around, getting the ball, picking it up, throwing it to your cut man.
As there's a strike to Anthony Sherwin, the leadoff man. A real opportunity for a crooked number here for the Blue Sox, already with a run home and with 2 more runners on base. Tying run at third, go-ahead run at second with 1 away. As this is nubbed back up the middle, Smith throws over to first in time, and it is another productive out for the Valley Blue Sox.
Yeah, I was going to say, Sherwin leads the team in average on base percentage. Had the night off last night, but he's been instrumental in the leadoff spot thus far.
Now we've got a couple of SoCal natives coming up here. We've got this guy's from Riverside, and the guy on deck is from Edison High School in Huntington Beach. Talked to them before the game. He's got a great swing.
As this is a bloop shot, Round sliding to it, and it bounces in front of him. Able to keep it in front of him. But it is a run-scoring single for Robbie Matei, and a crooked number here for the Valley Blue Sox in the second, from down 2-0 to now a 3-2 lead for the roadside.
I mean, that's just the SoCal grittiness right there coming into play. Call me biased, but that Texas leaguer is exactly what we preach.
Oh, there's a lot of Cali talent in this league. I mean, this is a league
lot.
it is the New England Collegiate Baseball League, but a lot of talent from the coast. I mean, the Gulls have had plenty of players over the past few years. As this is chopped over, will it stay fair? It will not. Colasingham sure wanted it to, but there'll be another chance here for Chase Hansen.
I'm not going to call it a coincidence that a lot of the talent's coming from California. I've been telling my coach, we need to get to California, get all these prospects out. because that's where SoCal is the breeding place of college baseball, and that's where it all comes down from the high school that's down there. So many great travel ball programs, so many good high schools that develop. It's really a breeding ground.
I was on the bus doing my research for this game, and in comparison to all the other teams I've seen, albeit just only 3 so far, the amount of California-based players and Florida is pretty impressive. So great job by Newport really extending their recruiting process.
Great job, Newport. Well done.
Nobody does it like Chuck Pava, Mike Falcone, the people that have put this together and what has really been an A-level product. I mean, 6 NECBL championships, the most in the league.
Yeah, Chuck's done a great job. Chuck called me a week before the season started, asked me about how my injury was in the last game of the season. I ran into a wall, hurt my ankle. Ever since then, Chuck's been so great about the communication, making sure I'm all right, getting me on a timeline, getting me connected with the trainers, getting me connected with the coaches, making sure we're all on the same page. He's fantastic.
There's a drive on a line, but only having to move over a couple steps is Ben Rounds to retire the side. But a big second inning for the Valley Blue Sox. It's now a 3-2 lead for the road side as we go to the bottom of the second. Before we go, though, Colton, just want to say thanks for stopping by in the booth, and we can't wait. You know, we talked about your injury. We are chomping at the bit to watch you get back out there and play.
Likewise, this has been so special. I'm so glad I could do this. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Of course,
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, bottom of the second coming up.
The Newport Gulls broadcast network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on YourView New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a
Back here at Cardines Field, 3-2, Valley now leading over the Newport Gulls here on Friday night. As Luke Beckstein grounds the 1-0 over to second base, fired over to first in time, and there's quickly one away.
That's exactly what Andrew Sears wants, After his team gives him the lead, a quick ground ball to second for an easy out.
The shortstop, number 22, Spencer Smith of Northeastern University in Wellesley, Massachusetts.
Now Spencer Smith digging in for the Gulls. The second-year goal looks at strike one.
7-8-9 here for Sears, so if he can get a 1-2-3 inning, avoid having to face that top of the order again, that would be vital.
Looks at ball one down low.
Yeah, Smith came in for Wagner last time. Last game for an injury, put in shortstop, and then JKG went to the outfield. He made a nice play going into the left field side, a catch. He is yet to get a hit this season, but hopefully he can turn that around.
0 for 2, but scored 2 runs last night and reached twice via 2 base on balls. Nubs this the other way, foul.
Got to be active over there on the sideline. Those line drives could hit you.
We have lots of photographers all around here. We're gracious to have so many interns from operations to media, as there's the first hit for Spencer Smith.
There it is.
This summer. And a one-out single for the Newport Gulls in the second.
Got a hanging breaking ball on the inside corner, which allowed him to pull the ball so easily into right. Found a nice patch of grass for a base hit. That's important. Again, they're trying to get Sam Colasingham back up to the dish with runners on. That's the most ideal spot, especially because he had the ball hard into an out in the first.
Colasingham, the man standing on deck. It is Ben Rounds who digs in for Newport. The Harvard Crimson outfielder starting in right field tonight for the Gulls. Looks at ball one in the dirt. It's a good stop from Rodriguez. Played 31 games this past year with the Crimson and member of the Brockton Rocks a summer ago in the Futures League.
Single in the bottom of the fourth inning last time for Rounds. Let's see if we could do the same thing Spence just did.
Looks at strike one there, 1 ball and 1 strike.
And if I'm serious here, I'm not even pitching for the strikeout. I'm pitching for some weak contact, get a ground ball, get that double play, because based off what I've seen here from my time in Rhode Island, Sam Colasingham is as deadly as they come on deck.
Before a 1-1 comes to Rounds, Smith gets checked in over on first. A 1-for-2 night with that single that Caden mentioned last night. Has started in all 3 games to this point. The lefty deals. And it's a big cut and a miss for Rounds for strike 2. Went to the off speed.
And the off speed, what he conceded the single on in the last batter in Spencer Smith. So way to make that adjustment.
And another check in on Smith as the lefty Sears keeping a very close eye. Newport with 2 runs in the first. Valley responding with 3 in the second. A reverse of sorts from Wednesday night when Newport gave up 2 in the first and scored 3 in the bottom of the first. One-two pitch as Smith off and running in the dirt. Throw down to second, not nearly in time. A great jump for Spencer Smith, and the tying run is in scoring position.
As you said, Zach, that was a fantastic jump by Smith right there. A lot of speed shown on that play and a nice slide. It wasn't even close.
Taking advantage of the time he got on base. Like you mentioned, Zach, first single of the season, first hit of the season rather. Putting Rounds in an opportunity to drive in a runner from scoring position.
2 balls and 2 strikes to the 9-hitter. It's nubbed off the inner part of the bat. Will be a tough play as it's charged in by Casaleggio over to first in time. But it is a productive out for Rounds. As over to third goes Smith, and to the plate comes the all-dangerous Air Force Falcon, Sam Colasingham.
The first baseman, number 5, Samuel Colasingham.
The sharp liner that began the bottom of the first for Colasingham, but 3 for 6. Early in his Newport career. One is taken upstairs. A ball and a strike. The Mountain West Conference Player of the Year this past season. And gives the 1-1 a ride. I mean, this is what we were talking about. Not just the balls that land for hits, but the foul balls, the lineouts, all given a ride off of his bat.
Yeah, anyone around Cardines Field here in Newport during a game, even if you're walking on the sidewalk with your family, you gotta watch out.
A .411 hitter this past year in 61 games for Air Force. They made the Austin Regional as the 4 seed. And he stays alive here.
Now, if you're Colasingham with a 2-strike count, you can almost expect Sears to really not give you anything in the middle of the zone just because of how dangerous of a hitter he is. So that should allow Sears to have a good idea of the corners he wants to attack on a 2-2 pitch.
2-2 given a ride, and again out of play. Newport with 2 runs in the first, an opportunity to tie it here. Both of those runs coming off of the 2-run double from Colton Ledbetter. Another foul ball.
Colasingham led his Air Force team to just the 7th time they've been in the NCAA tournament. The first win since 1967, so quite impressive and historic season for the Air Force Falcons.
And not only is Colasingham a lethal hitter, he can really work counts and tire out the opposing pitcher.
Launches the 2-2 upstairs, and we've gone full. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. So Sears avoids the damage and strands a runner on third. 3-2, the Valley lead. Welcoming back to Cardines Field, 3-2, the Valley Blue Sox on top of the Newport Gulls. It's been a seesaw kind of game. Newport with 2 in the first, and the Blue Sox with 3 in the second.
Great rebound inning from Sears. Now the Gulls need the same thing from Colin Lowe.
And we thank you so much to everyone for joining us here tonight and for sticking through. We've had a couple of technical difficulties, but bringing you Newport Gulls baseball here on a Friday night. As Melnick swings and misses at the 0-1 in the dirt.
Yeah, Melnick again, not to reinforce it too much, but the hero of the night last night for Valley. So, and a strikeout in the first inning with a runner in scoring position, so he's looking for some redemption, trying to set the table for the Blue Sox here in the third.
Low out for his third inning of work and fires the 0-2 high. Was a workhorse for the Bryant Bulldogs as their ace this season, and will look to give Newport here a good outing as this one is hit the other way. Colasingham scoops it up and steps on the bag, 1 down.
That's just a great pitch from Lowe. You see a fully outstretched swing from Melnick, forcing a weak ground ball for the first out.
Brings up the 5-hitter, Demarius Rodriguez. And, well, something we talked about, Jeremy, it's an interesting dynamic for a guy who knows Colin Lowell as someone who was on the same team as him. And as you were telling me, he was kind of giving the Valley Blue Sox the know about what to expect from Lowe.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing around the bus today. I got to take the bus with the team, and Rodriguez was talking about, oh, yeah, the pitcher's low today. And he played with him over at Bryant, like we've talked about a few times now. And for a guy who hit a home run last night, let's see how confident he is against his collegiate teammate. Again, Melnick started at catcher in game 1, but Rodriguez has had the last 3 nods behind the plate, while Melnick has gotten starts in the corner of the outfield in a couple.
Flies the 0-1, deep in the left, but Kuroda grounder underneath it, and he makes the catch for the second out.
So far, so good for Colin Lowe after that rough second inning, getting the first 2 outs to the meat of the order. All he's got to do is retire Krause and get his offense back up there.
2 up and 2 down here in the third, as you mentioned. And Jack Krause, who came around to score the first run of the day for Valley, the first of 3 in that inning, reached on an error. And he looks at ball 1.
We do have a hit by pitch, Zach, but no walks in today's game, and that's an anomaly for someone like me who's seen so many walks in the early going this year.
He's got quite the control of the command as the 1-0 is fouled to Jack Krause, the outfielder out of Bowling Green. He played 51 games this past season with the Falcons. Fights another one off. In his second summer, playing summer ball after playing 34 games with the Front Royal Cardinals down in Virginia. And well, looks like he might be going to get another bat.
Something I'm noticing early on Lowe's end is his pitch that's cutting in, whether it's a two-seamer or a slider that cuts in on these lefties, has really tied them up a little bit. You'd think the lefty have an advantage against a right-handed pitcher like Lowe, but he's really mastered that approach, at least this inning, in terms of seeing a couple so far.
1-2, the 12-6 curve. Nastiness from Colin Lowe. And they go 1-2-3 in the top of the third. It is a 3-2 Blue Sox lead as we go to the home half on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Franklin is the official batting glove of the New England League. The Newport Gulls broadcast network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on Your View New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information.
Third inning, the left fielder, number
3-2 the Valley lead as we go to the bottom of the third. Friday night baseball here at Cardines Field. You could not have handpicked a better night for it. It is 2, 3, and 4 for the Newport Gulls, beginning with Josh Kuroda-Grauer. Hits this right back towards us.
That got me.
Thankful for the fence.
Very thankful for the fence.
JKG roped the ball off the right field wall last time for a double. Let's see what he can do on this one.
He gets a hold of that one. It'll find its way.
Watch out.
Yeah, just past the netting into the crowd.
Lots of early swinging. Not a lot of deep counts thus far, especially from Sears, who has not had the easiest time facing these Gulls hitters, especially this area of the order.
A high chopper that is fielded well by Sears after he backpedals, and an easy play over at first. So JKG retired for the first out. Brings up Trent Farquhar, the 3-hitter.
The second baseman, number 4, Trent Farquhar from Michigan State.
Was hit by a pitch following the JKG double back in the first, and takes a big hack and a miss for strike one.
Yeah, I was shocked at Farquhar's, lack of reaction to that HBP. Seemed like it hit him in the arm somewhere, but acted very tough.
Has played in all 3 games so far with the Gulls after a great 2022 season with Michigan State. That pitch started inside and came back over the heart of the plate to 1-2.
Yeah, that's the slider at its best from Sears. Looks super inside off initial release, but cut in the zone.
One for 5 so far across the 3 games for Farquhar. But that one, a big one on Wednesday. A 2 RBI double in the first inning that got Newport the lead. Drives the 2-2 foul. A .392 on base percentage this past season with Michigan State. And that in large part because he walked 34 different times. And in his 3rd season of summer ball after playing in the Great Lakes League in 2021 and the Northwoods League in 2020. Stays alive, fouling this one back. And a good at bat.
Yeah, again, Sears, one of his first deeper counts of the game. Great job by Farquhar, just starting to have more pitch recognition as the count has gone on, giving a better chance to inevitably or eventually get on base.
And he's rung up for strike 3. What a pitch from Sears, who has settled in since that first inning and looking to deliver a second straight 0 on the board.
Yeah, if we're being honest, it's just the hits from Ledbetter and Kuroda Grauer are just really the 2 big blows he's experienced, hit balls that were hit off the top of the wall. But ever since then, just one measly single from Spencer Smith. It was a hard rope into right. So didn't call it measly. I guess that was a wrong word of choice there. But a couple of strikeouts since, and he really has settled in.
Slade offered a big cut and a miss on his first swing. 0-1. Went down swinging in the bottom half of the first. The DH out of Mississippi State. Well, looked like he tried to call for time and was not granted it by home plate umpire William Bowers, but the pitch misses inside. 3-2 the Valley lead after a 3 spot by the roadside in the second. As Alford with an aggressive chopper that goes foul.
I mean, they're not hitting the ball in play, but they're really getting some nice contact on a foul ball. But we got to get the ball in play for some score some runs here.
That middle of the infield's wide open.
Another chopper, and it goes foul again. As you mentioned, a parting of the Red Sea up the middle between that gap where Sherwin is playing pretty much straight up, but
and the reason why Sherwin can do that is because if a ball is hit to his left, he's got such great instincts where he can read it super well off as it goes into the grass and potentially make a nice hard throw to first for the out.
A cut and a miss for Alford for strike 3. Andrew Sears has settled in. A second straight 0 on the board, and the Blue Sox maintain their 3-2 lead as we go to the 4th on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year. each of the 3 division winners, and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final 4, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to voice the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today.
Welcome back here to the NECBL Broadcast Network. Zach Letson and Jeremy Goldstein live from Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island, as the Newport Gulls currently trailing the visiting Valley Blue Sox by a score of 3-2, due up here against Colin Lowe, coming in for his 4th inning of work. Charlie Ludwig, the first baseman, Stephen Lutazzi, the DH, and Michael Casaleggio, the second baseman. Ludwig singled his first time up, came around to score. And Zach, something we're still waiting to see from Charlie Ludwig is his power emerging. 10 homers at Eastern Kentucky this collegiate season. Nothing so far to show for it. First pitch in there for a strike on the inside corner, 0-1.
Yeah, the Blue Sox, a team with some history with power. Of course, Luke Franzoni, who had an incredible year this year with Xavier and was the Home Run Derby champion last year in the NECBL festivities here at Cardines.
That one's chopped towards second base.
It's going to be foul. Looks like
Called
it hit
foul.
home plate. Certainly the ball was in play once it hit the grass, but it hit home plate, says home plate umpire William Bowers.
Maybe a relief for Trent Farquhar. Obviously, I don't know how that play was going to unfold, but would have been a tough bang-bang play to make for Farquhar over at second. So nonetheless, it'll be an 0-2 to the first baseman, Ludwig. Ludwig, who played yesterday, struck out a couple of times and grounded into a double play. So 0 for 4 night, and that one doesn't help his cause. A swing and a miss, had a pitch way out of the zone for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, nasty stuff from Colin Lowe, who all we talked about it. These are 2 pitchers that had a lot of success this past spring, Jeremy, and both have started to settle in a little bit. Outside of one crooked number for both of these teams, these 2 have really settled in nicely.
Yeah, these are good pitchers who, again, just took a while to get settled in. The second straight strikeout for Lowe is 2 of 3, that is. That pitch a bit low for a ball to count 1-0. Steve Lutazzi, again, the DH up, grounded out to short the opposite way his first time, is the pitch from Lowe. In there at the belt, 1-1 the count. Again, Lutazzi, the DH out of UMass Amherst, a local kid, as the 1-1 is low and inside, 2-1. It'll be the bottom of the order once more again, looking to set the table for Anthony Sherwood and co. at the top, trying to extend their 3-2 lead on the home team Newport Gulls. The 2-1 to the DH is well inside once more, the count 3-1. In an electric atmosphere here in Newport Little League night, as you might have heard us allude to at the top of the show. Lots of Little Leaguers enjoying the atmosphere of baseball, as the 3-1 is, again, I think that was fouled off his foot, Zach, and the count will go full 3-2.
Yeah, it's quite the at-bat here from Lutazzi, a patient one. Oh, boy.
Didn't see what happened there.
Tried to throw it back, and he hit him in the helmet.
That's something you don't see every day.
I really got to keep your head on a swivel. You never know.
At least he got his helmet on.
Yeah, they wear him for a reason.
It looks like Lutazzi is laughing it off a little bit, but trying to get his head back in the count. It will be a payoff pitch from the right-hander Lowe. Gets the sign, now works and deals. The pitch grounded towards first base side, foul, and we'll do it again. Infield depth is played normally. Anything in the gaps in the outfield will be a double, but there is a good amount of room the other way down the third base line for Lutazzi to go if that is the end result. The payoff from Lowe. Well inside, ball 4, and that's the first walk of this ball game as Lutazzi reaches.
Yeah, it's a great at-bat from Lutazzi. I mean, Lowe, that is the 17th batter he's faced, the first free pass that he has given up, and a well-earned free pass for Valley, who has had traffic on the base pass more times than not.
Castelleggio was way fooled by that aforementioned 12-6 curve from the inning before as he waves and misses at that one on the dirt 0-1, and he nailed it on the head, Zach. The first free pass dealt from Lowe. That's the first free pass of the entire contest. Good sign for pitching to come. It'll be an 0-1 to the 9-hitter. Swing and a miss, the fastball. So a diverse set of pitches from the righty Lowe, and he has Castelleggio on his heels. It'll be an 0-2. Leading off first, Lutazzi. Here's the pitch. That one outside missed the corner. 1-2. Castelleggio did play last night. Worked a walk and flew out to center twice, flew out to right another time. That one swung on and missed, more off speed from Lowe. And man, he has really settled in, Zach, 2 away.
Yeah, Lowe is really dialed in. He's really varying his pitches from curveball, changeup, fastball. He's really making it really frustrating for these Valley Blue Sox hitters who really started off well.
The shortstop.
In his last 4 batters faced just that one walk and then 3 strikeouts. So it's been a while since we've seen a ball put in play by a Blue Sox hitter. As here's the shortstop, Anthony Sherwin. First pitch in there for a strike 0-1. Sherwin, one of 2 home run hitters thus far for the Blue Sox this season. Didn't play against North Adams last night, but against Bristol, a hit by pitch, a walk, and a single. Scored on 2 of those. As the 0-1, another beautiful breaking ball drops in there for a strike 0-2. And Lowe is just dialed in. Throw back to first immediately. It gets by the first baseman, Kulasingham, and advancing to second is Lutazzi. That's an unforced error right there.
Yeah, I was trying to catch Lutazzi napping a little bit, but just maybe bit off a little bit more than he could chew. As Kulasingham, not much of an opportunity to catch that. And while Newport has, while there haven't been the free passes given by Lowe, been a little sloppy in terms of the field, and going back to the first inning, that was certainly a factor too. Now the question is, can Valley take advantage of that?
Yeah, Kulasingham a bit caught off guard as the pitch to Sherwin is inside. Nice, really nice block there by the catcher Haskin. But again, Lowe threw the pitch, and then as soon as he received the ball from Haskin, immediately threw it to first where Kulasingham was not expecting the throw. So maybe a bit too much desperation for that third out. But nonetheless, it'll be a 1-2 to the Bucknell product, Anthony Sherwin. Blue Sox lead it 3-2 here in the top of the 4th. Lowe deals. Swing and a miss. I mean, Colin Lowe has found his groove. We are through 3.5 here at Cardines Field. The Blue Sox maintaining a 3-2 lead over Newport.
Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information. Zephyr. For the first time in league history, the 2022 New England League All-Star Game is headed to Martha's Vineyard, home of the Sharks. On Sunday, July 24th, join the NECBL's best as they ferry over to the island and enter the Shark Tank in front of scouts from every MLB organization. Visit asg22.necbl.com for more information. And don't forget to make your ferry reservation at steamshipauthority.com.
3-2 Blue Sox over the Gulls here at Cardines Field, bottom of the fourth inning. As Andrew Sears, the starting pitcher for the Blue Sox, 1 out will give him the largest recorded outing by a starting pitcher for Valley in the early goings in this season. Leading off for the Gulls, it'll be the center fielder Colin Ledbetter, who's had the big blow of this game for Newport. A 2-run double off the center field wall as he takes a strike that initially gave Newport a 2-0 lead before Valley would respond with 3 runs in the top of the second. Nonetheless, Andrew Sears, just like Colin Lowe, has seemingly found his groove. 4 straight retired by him as the first pitch grounded right side, past the diving Casaleggio, and threw for a base hit. And Zach, that's exactly what Newport needed to commence the fourth.
Yeah, what a good piece of hitting there by Colton Ledbetter, just placing it in the perfect spot. I mean, a guy who has plenty of power this past season with Samford, but not trying to do too much there, just getting a good bat on the ball and just quintessentially what you would want out of someone to start the inning to get things cooking for Newport.
The second hit of the night for Ledbetter, the center fielder out of Sanford University, and the triple and a homer shy of the cycle. We're going to go that far. That'll bring up the catcher Parker Haskin. The go-ahead run at the dish is the ball, pitch number 1 is in the dirt. Nice block by Rodriguez behind the dish, and count 1-0. Zach, what would you say? Is Ledbetter a threat to go here as the tying run?
I mean, as an outfielder, certainly has some speed, but it's an interesting call. You know, early in the game with still nobody out and a really talented hitter in Haskin at the plate.
It'll be a 1-0. Haskin shows bunt, pulls back, pitch outside. Nice read. Again by the catcher, the count 2-0.
Yeah, I'd be a little surprised, though, if you want my opinion on whether Parker Haskin would be electing to bunt here as the catcher.
Does that show a lack of confidence in the lineup's ability to face Sears right now if they're bunting?
I don't think it does. I mean, I think you're just trying to really do anything you can right now to try to find some momentum, and I think that bunt attempt was more about maybe just completely catching the Valley defense off guard more than anything else.
We'll see if Haskin takes here on the 3-0 from the arm of Sears. He'll throw back to first, not in time. Just checking on the runner Ledbetter there.
Yeah, this could be a little bit of a turning point. The Gulls put 2 zeros on the board the last 2 innings. It's Haskin, the clutchest hitter, the hero of the last game, as Zach alluded to. So let's see if he could, again, drive in a run.
Again, a 3-0 pitch to the catcher Haskin. Sears deals. He's taken all the way. There's a strike down the middle, 3-1. Again, Newport down 3-2, bottom 4. A 3-1 to Haskin. Another throw back to first. Ledbetter really not taking much of a lead. I guess Sears just wants more time to think about his approach, as we'll once again wait for the 3-1 pitch.
And Newport did elect to try to steal a base and was successful with Spencer Smith off of the lefty just an inning ago, so we'll see here.
The 3-1 is fouled back to the screen, and the count once again goes full. And you're right, Zach. Spencer Smith was able to steal second back in the second inning. But fortunately for Valley, they were able to avoid letting up their 3rd run of the game in that circumstance. And trying to get around a leadoff single now is Sears. The payoff coming. Another throw back to first. I mean, Sears being really careful with Ledbetter there. We'll once again wait for the payoff. Sears so far has displayed his fastball and his slider. We'll see what he goes to with the 3-2. Pitch, chopped. Back to second. Casaleggio fields on a hop, goes the easy out. As advancing to second easily is Ledbetter, there's one away.
With the high chopper, really no chance to try to turn a 4-6-3 double play there. So it is a productive out for Newport with no outs in the inning to move a runner into scoring position. And again, Newport, they have trailed these last couple innings, but last inning with an opportunity, this inning with an opportunity. They're there. They're a swing away from just getting a single and trying to knot this game up.
Same circumstance in the second inning. A runner on second with 1 out. Newport squandered that, trying to make do and redeem themselves here as the first pitch to the third baseman, Luke Beckstein, is low for a ball. Sears falling behind in the count, unlike he did in the third, to the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. struggling with the lower parts of the lineup here in the fourth. Beckstein 0 for 1 with a grounder to second. The third baseman again out of Northeastern. Taking his time, now looks back to second, the 1-0. Just above the belt, 2-0, so for the second straight AB, Sears faces a deep hole in the count. On deck is the aforementioned Spencer Smith, who again did single. One of 2 hits Newport has since the second inning. Excuse me. The 2-0 from Sears. Another one low, 3-0, so if he wants to avoid allowing another base runner to reach via the base on ball, Sears is going to have to battle back once more from a 3-0 hole. Leading off second, Ledbetter. Sears in the stretch. Looks back to second, gets ready to deal. The pitch is way inside, ball 4. No competitive pitches in that AB. The second walk of the night. The first one for Sears. First and second now, 1 out as the catcher Rodriguez is going to look to meet with his battery mate Sears.
Yeah, and really the first time tonight that we've seen on a bat where a pitcher just hasn't shown the ability to have any of command in any of the 4 pitches. And so I think that's what Rodriguez is talking to him about here, just trying to help him get his composure back. I mean, you certainly, with a positive with that walk, now you do have the ability to get a ground ball and try to get out of the inning unscathed.
Yeah, Zach Caden, I want to take you back to game number 2 against Bristol that Valley played, and that was Rodriguez's first game behind the plate. Lots of jams that Valley had to escape to win that one 6-3. We saw Rodriguez meet with the pitcher on the mound at the time at least 3 times in 1/2 inning, so he's really willing to go all the way for optimal communication. As Sears will throw to Spencer Smith, on to second for 1, the throw to first, there is no throw. Was that pitch maybe fouled? No, it was not. So the out number 2 recorded as advancing to third is Ledbetter, so another 2-out opportunity, this time for the 9-hitter Ben Rounds, as it recorded a fielder's choice for Spencer Smith.
Yeah, an interesting choice, but a heads-up choice by Ludwig to try to go to second there and get the out rather than trying to step on the bag and then force a tag play at second. But if you're Newport, again, it's another opportunity where you're just a single away from getting a run.
And as Sears will throw back to first for what seems like the 80th time this inning. But again, first and third, 2 outs. Ben Rounds at the dish, and we've talked about Kulasingam, so many times on this broadcast, Zach. But getting Ben Rounds out seems like it's got to be a priority. You do not want Kulasingam coming up with the bases loaded at the very best. The pitch to Rounds outside for a ball. The count 1-0.
Yeah, I think if Rounds can get on right here, this would be a huge turning point for Newport, because Kulasingam struck out last time at bat. He is not going to do that again. I guarantee you that.
Yeah,
it's a guarantee from Caden Sharpens here.
Especially seeing Sears for the 3rd time. Look at that. There's another throw back to first. But you have to ask yourself, even if Smith does decide to go, is Rodriguez going to take the risk, throw to second, and give the chance for Ledbetter to come home on an in-errant throw? Or even if he does throw him out at second, if Ledbetter does come around to score before the out was made, it will be a tie game, as there's another throw to first, Zach. Been 1-0 for an eternity, it seems like. Again, Ben Rounds up at the dish for a second AB of the game. He grounded to second his first time. The 9-hitter in a very lefty-heavy Gulls lineup, the 1-0. In there for a strike, much-needed pitch from the arm of Sears. Something I'm just noticing for the first time, 3 errors on the scoreboard charged to Newport. None to Valley. 3-5-0 for Valley, 2-4-3 for the Gulls. A 1-1 coming from Sears. Oh, look at that, another throw back to first. We'll wait again for the 1-1.
Of course, as we mentioned, Smith with the stolen base just an inning ago for the Gulls. It's interesting, right? Because maybe what's in Sears' mind is a potential double steal being at play.
The 1-1. There's a pitch. It's roped towards second, over the glove of Sherwin for a base hit. In to score is Ledbetter. On to second is Smith. It's a big 2-out RBI single for Ben Rounds, and the game is knotted up at 3 a pop.
How about that from your 9-hitter? Just a really good piece of hitting. And sure, Colasingham's on deck, but to have your 9-hitter come through and keep the line moving is just a really encouraging sight for this talented Newport offense.
All 3 runs in this game for Newport by way of the 2-out RBI. And that'll bring up the famous Sam Colasingham, who's done so much good for this lineup, but nothing to show for it quite yet. As there's a strike. Colasingham, a strikeout and a fly out to right.
I feel like if you Ben Rounds gets a single, your 9-hitter, as they mentioned, that's a huge confidence booster for the rest of the lineup, I believe. So see if Colasingham can capitalize.
Colasingham, infamous in the mind of the Blue Sox, not so much in the mind of Newport, is that pitch from Sears, a high heat fastball. Just like that, the leadoff first baseman down 0-2. Zach, what are you looking for if you're Colasingham down in the hole 0-2, especially as such an elite hitter?
You got to be careful here because, if you're serious with a dangerous hitter that Colasingham is, I'm not expecting anything near the zone right here. So if you're Colasingham, you got to have that patient approach and that eye at the plate.
Let's see if we got that so-called waste pitch on the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Caden, your guarantee.
I'm sorry.
Not coming to fruition as down goes Colasingham on strikes for the second time. We are through 4 here at Cardines Field. Beautiful night for baseball. Gulls and the Blue Sox tied at 3 apiece.
Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. The Newport Gulls broadcast network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on YourView New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round.
Jeremy Goldstein, along with Caden Charpentier and Zach Letson, here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. The Blue Sox and Gulls currently tied at 3 apiece as the first pitch from Colin Lowe, who is on another level right now, to the 2-hitter Robbie Mate. Swung on and missed. Mate 2 singles, 2 for 2 night for, again, the 2-hitter, as that one's nubbed towards second base side. Fielded by Farquhar, flip on to first, is in time for the out.
Yeah, as we mentioned, Lowe is in. He's dialed in right now. He's varying his pitches really, really good. He's got 5 Ks so far. He's going in his 5th inning of work, so this is, I think, a big inning for him if they're going to pull him in the next one.
No hits for the Blue Sox since the 2nd inning when they struck for 3 runs. This time it'll be the 3-hitter Chase Hansen looking for his first contributions of the night. A ground out back to the pitcher and a fly out to right. First pitch swinging, fouls one the other way, 0-1. Again, Hansen, the starting pitcher yesterday against North Adams, was a 9 for the loss for quite a while before his bullpen and offense, as well as a wild pitch, saved him a little bit. The 0-1, breaking ball on the corner, Hansen's location on another level, the count 0-2.
Yeah, the 12-6 curve from Colin Lowe, you just can't beat it. As a hitter, it looks neck high and it comes in right into the zone.
The 0-2, swing and a miss. Valley cannot touch the arm of Hanson right now. Another strikeout for Colin Lowe. The 6th of the night. And that'll bring up Danny Melnick. Melnick a strikeout in the first. 1 of 6 from Lowe and a grounder the other way to first base. Catched for Quinnipiac, the Bobcats earlier this spring is again the first pitch. Sounds like a broken record right now. Swung on and missed. Lowe gets ahead 0-1. The 0-1 from Lowe is waved on and missed. I mean, crazy to see how much Lowe is dealing. The count 0-2, and 1 strike away this team is right here from, I believe, his 7-pitch inning. Allow the hot offense to get back to the plate. The 0-2, low and inside. Melnick catches a break. The count now 1-2. And we're in the top of the 5th inning. Newport recently tied this up at 3 thanks to a 2-out RBI single by the 9-hitter and right fielder Ben Rounds. Melnick awaits the 1-2, and did he go? Yes, he did. Parker Haskin was halfway to the dugout before the signal was made. Zach Caden, just like that. We are through 4.5 here at Cardines Field. We'll be right back as the Gulls look to capitalize off another dominant Lowe inning.
For the first time in league history, the 2022 New England League All-Star Game is headed to Martha's Vineyard, home of the Sharks. On Sunday, July 24th, join the NECBL's best as they ferry over to the island and enter the Shark Tank in front of scouts from every MLB organization. Visit asg22.necbl.com for more information. And don't forget to make your ferry reservation at steamshipauthority.com. Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Franklin is the official batting glove of the New England League. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information.
Welcome back to the NECBL Broadcast Network here. Jeremy Goldstein, Caden Charpentier, and Zach Letson on hand. We have a new pitcher for the Blue Sox. Andrew Sears just goes 4 innings, albeit that is the longest outing for a Blue Sox start of this season. Excuse me. Pitcher is Terry Murray. Murray made his season debut back on opening night in Martha's Vineyard. I'll give you his line that night real quick. Murray went 2 innings, pitched the 4th and the 5th, allowed 3 hits and earned run, walked 1 and struck out 2 on that opening night losing effort by the Blue Sox. Terry Murray, 5-2, 3.95 ERA, 51 strikeouts, and just 5 walks, guys. Rhode Island College, just like Sears did. So they were teammates in Providence, Rhode Island native, so he's pitching at home.
Yeah, from one Anchorman pitcher to another, and well, another guy, Frank Holbrook, the Newport Gulls manager, has to be familiar with. But, I mean, you mentioned it. The thing that really sticks out, the strikeout to walk ratio being over 10 at 51 Ks and 5 walks. That's pretty good, and that's going to be his task here. Throw strikes, but don't leave it too easy to hit out over the plate because you're talking about Jake A.G., Trent Farquhar, and Slade Alford, the heart of this Newport order.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Zach. 2, 3, 4. One of the most dangerous aspects of this Gulls order. As Murray, first pitch grounded to short. Easy play. Oh, not an easy play. We're so used to Anthony Sherwin having an easy time over at short. He bobbles that one for the first Blue Sox error of the evening. And that is not the way Terry Murray wants to start his second relief outing of the young season.
Yeah, it might have been hit right to him, but it was hit awfully hard. And I think with the speed of that ball and maybe Sherwin moving that glove up a little too quickly, that's all you need. It doesn't take much for an error to happen here on the infield. And can Newport now take advantage of that?
Farquhar pops it up, moving towards his right. And making the catch is Danny Melnick. Retreating to first is Kuroda Grauer. So much needed quick out after the error in the infield from Terry Murray. And now a double play ball will get the Blue Sox offense back to the plate. It'll be Slade Alford taking his third hacks of the night.
Slade Alford, former starting quarterback at Bob Jones High School.
Oh,
the
really?
Patriots. When your mascot's the Patriots, you have to be a good quarterback. So pretty good leadership. Let's see what he could do right here.
Murray will deal to Alford a little outside 1-0. Let's give you the final line on Andrew Sears. 4 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts and 1 walk, 5 hits and 3 earned runs. So Sears, for his first outing of the year, not quite as sharp as he was in college this past spring, but he'll definitely work his way up from here. It'll be a 1-0 from Murray to Slate Alford. Pitch. Hard fastball in there for a strike, 1-1. Not too much of a lead by JKG off of first. Now he starts to slowly extend. As Murray will deal out of the stretch on a 1-1 pitch to the DH Alford. Another throw back to first. These Blue Sox pitchers love checking on their runners, so we'll wait again for the 1-1.
Yeah, Slade Alford right here, 2 Ks so far, so this is definitely going to be a turning point at bat for him.
Murray gives the nod, the 1-1, and a breaking ball hammered into center field. Kraus going back towards that wall. It's off the top of the wall. JKG going around third. He's going to come in to score, and it's a 4-3 Gulls lead thanks to the RBI double by Alford.
Just absolutely smoked off the bat of Slade Alford. How about that from your cleanup hitter? And JKG thinking 4 all the way, not stopping, hustling around the bases. He had a ways to go, and he made it, and Newport has battled back again. They take the lead, fall behind, and, well, very similar to last night, now find themselves back in front.
And Zach and Caden, with the way Lowe is dealing, that's the last thing Valley needs, especially with that run being an unearned run. Anthony Sherwin probably thinking about it long and hard over at short, but right now he's focused on checking on Alford, making sure he doesn't get too far off of second. It'll be Colton Ledbetter. We talked about him a lot last inning. He'll look to extend the Newport lead here in the bottom half of the 5th. Murray gives a look and deals, and there's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
Yeah, it's such a luxury that Holbrook has to have a guy like Ledbetter in the 5th hole. That's pretty impressive. So the Gulls have a pretty deep lineup, so you don't want to get too crazy with it.
Previously, Alford had struck out swinging twice and reaches base on a double for his first piece of contact of the night. Ledbetter, 2 hits himself, a double and a single. Murray taking his sweet time. A long look at second now, deals. That one a little low. It'll be a 2-1, or a 1-1 actually, I believe. And 3-4-1 for Valley. 4-6-3 for Newport. Despite the 3 errors, the Gulls sitting pretty with a 4-3 lead here in the 5th and a runner in scoring position with 1 gone. The red-hot Colton Ledbetter at the dish. The 1-1 from Murray is slapped foul, putting Murray in the driver's seat 1-2. Sun almost completely set with lots of clouds in the sky here in Newport. Lights are on here at Cardines Field. Has not taken the energy, though, out of the stadium here on Little League night. It'll be a 1-2 to Ledbetter, righty to lefty. Murray takes a long look again at second base, now deals. Swing and a miss with the off-speed stuff. Nope, fouled away. My apologies there. We'll do the 1-2 over again. Guys, I have to ask you, is Murray keeping in mind that Ledbetter does have 2 hits? Does he have a specific approach to this count right now?
Well, it's certainly tough to have any sort of designed approach when you have a guy that's not just a good power hitter, but a really good hitter for contact in Ledbetter who can do it all, singles, doubles, and homers.
That left side of the infield wide open as Murray deals. Swinging a, oof, looked like it was foul tipped into the glove of Rodriguez, but the Bryant catcher could not hold on, and Ledbetter has new life.
Yeah, another chance for Ledbetter, almost going in the dugout, but he gets another opportunity right here with the guy in scoring position.
And this is what good hitters do. They find a way to waste pitches that are really good pitches from the pitcher, extend it bats until they can find their spot.
And that was in the glove of Rodriguez, but could not hold on, giving Ledbetter another attempt to get on. Another 1-2 is low and inside. The count now 2-2. Rodriguez waiting to see if Alford would retreat back to second before picking up the baseball. Playing some mind games behind the dish, but nothing changes. Getting a little chilly here as well, as it is just past 8 o'clock here in Newport. A 2-2 coming from Terry Murray. Hard hit ball caught by Sherwin, leaving back to throw to second for the double play, not in time. Great job by Alford to get back as soon as he could. But Terry Murray getting the benefit of the doubt, a hard hit ball from Ledbetter. Luckily for Anthony Sherwin, he was in the right spot and did not commit an error that time.
Yeah, Sherwin flashing the leather. That is not an easy play. That ball was destined for center field grass. And at the last possible moment, he just stretches out that arm and just has enough space to make the catch. Probably saving home a run, a really, really big out for the Blue Sox defense.
You know, I've learned my lesson in terms of saying easy play, because the one and only time I've done that, Sherwin let the ball go off his glove. But 2 away for Murray as number 3, Parker Haskin, fouls one away, the count 0-1.
Yeah, Alford was in a tough position there because he couldn't really see the ball. He was thinking that was going to get through, but a really hard hit ball ended up being caught. He does a good job getting back to second.
Haskin a pair of ground outs, both to the right side. In the first, it was to first base, and in the 4th inning, it was to the second baseman, Casaleggio. Murray getting ready to deal the 0-1. Alford leading off of second base. Swing and a miss on the fastball, 0-2. Zach Caden, the RBI double by Alford, the first run tallied by Newport, not with 2 outs. Looking to obtain their 4th 2-out RBI here to make it potentially a 5-3 goals lead about halfway through this ball game. An 0-2 coming to Parker Haskin. That's one of many lefties in this lineup getting ready to take another hack. Murray looks and deals out of the stretch, and a high fly ball into center. Jack Krause, nope, it's Danny Melnick over and left, and he'll put his glove on it to end the 5th inning. But Newport once again regains the lead for the first time since the 2nd inning. We'll be right back here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Again, goes lead 4-3.
The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final 4, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today. For the first time in league history, the 2022 New England League All-Star Game is headed to Martha's Vineyard, home of the Sharks. On Sunday, July 24th, join the NECBL's best as they ferry over to the island and enter the Shark Tank in front of scouts from every MLB organization. Visit asg22.necbl.com for more information. And don't forget to make your ferry reservation at steamshipauthority.com.
Welcome back to the NECBL Broadcast Network. Caden Charpentier, Zach Letzin, and I'm Jeremy Goldstein here as the Gulls have just taken a 4-3 lead over the Blue Sox. And to the relief of Valley, they can take an exhale as there is a new pitcher on the hill. Kevin Sider, the 6'1", 205 righty out of Quinnipiac University out of Ridgewood, New Jersey. Zach, what can you tell me about the relief pitcher tonight?
Yeah, this is someone who, you go from one guy in Lowe who is a workhorse at Bryant to now a guy in Sider who is a workhorse at Quinnipiac. First on the Bobcats with 15 appearances, 13 starts, and over 76 innings pitched this past season, and really settled in down the stretch nicely, a 1.74 ERA from mid-April to mid-May.
We'll have to face the dangerous lefty, Demarius Rodriguez, as Rodriguez takes a strike on the inside corner. Not too big of a fan of that call, as he has to step out there. The count 1-1. Rodriguez, 2 flyouts to left. Yesterday, he had a flyout to left and a flyout to center, as well, along with his homer. And then in the game before, he had a flyout to left. So as a lefty, he's flown out to left field 4 times already this season. Flown out to center once, and then the one time he hit it to right and went over the fence.
Yeah, Sider, 64 strikeouts, was top 15 in the Metro Atlantic Conference. So pretty impressive strikeout guy, 4-pitch guy. So he's really going to mix his pitches between 4-seam, 2-seam, curveball, change. So strikeout guy, but he also gets hit hard.
It'll be a 2-1 to Demarius Rodriguez after taking a couple consecutive pitches on the outer half of the plate. That one, a high fly ball in a center field. Going back there, led better and just in front of the wall, able to retire Rodriguez. So the 6th flyout of the season for Rodriguez. He loves hitting it in the air, and that'll bring up Jack Krause.
Yeah, his 3rd flyout in this game, 2 to left, now 1 to center, and it is an interesting configuration that we have here at Cardines Field, where you have a bend of sorts right at center field, and he found a way to hit it to the deepest part of the park, but a long out at the end of the day.
Well, here's the lefty Jack Krause in center field on tonight's occasion for the Blue Sox. A single that he came around to score on in the second, and then a strikeout looking on that 12-6 curve from Colin Lowe. The 1-0 hits the outside corner for a strike, 1-1.
Yeah, Sider, Ridgewood High School graduate, led his team to the first ever state title for his high school at Ridgewood as a senior. Pitched in the final game, had 10 strikeouts. Pretty impressive performance.
The 1-1, another strike over the plate, 1-2. The 1-2 count, Jack Krause yet to swing the bat in this plate appearance. It'll be a 1-2 to the center fielder. Sider deals, and a swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Newport pitching, and there's quickly 2 away. And that'll bring up Charlie Ludwig.
The first baseman, number 7.
Ludwig, again, the first baseman, just like Krause, came around to score on a single in the second. Also struck out swinging. Pitch to Ludwig, over the plate, 0-1. Zach, something Newport pitching's just done a phenomenal job of doing is throwing strikes early and often.
Yeah, it sounds simple, but having command of the zone is really where it starts and ends as a pitcher. You have to have command, and with that comes confidence.
Ludwig got to hop out of the way of that one, as it'll be inside for a ball count even at 1-1.
Now, this is a guy, 63 strikeouts, 19 walks last summer. Again, just like Lowe, really good feel for that command, and that's kind of the baseline you need. Once you have that, then you can grow as an arm.
The 1-1 fouled off the plate. It'll be a 1-2. Again, I alluded to this earlier on. We did have audio issues, though, so I want to reinforce it once more. Ludwig, 10 home runs at Eastern Kentucky this spring season, has not really demonstrated his power thus far this season, and if he can get that going, that would be such a big part of the Valley Blue Sox having success as the season really starts to get underway here. The 1-2, up and out, 2-2.
Yeah, Sider trying to complete his first inning of work as the first arm out of the bullpen for Newport, replacing the starter Colin Lowe, whose final line, 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, but none of them earned the 7 strikeouts with 1 walk.
That one went behind inadvertently, Ludwig, so it'll be a payoff. Another occasion where Charlie had to hop out of the way of that one, but again, the first 3-2 count seemingly in a while with the Blue Sox up at the dish, trying to extend the inning with 2 outs. Gets the sign, Sider deals, and strike 3 called outside corner. Newport pitching continues to respond to its call. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Sider. We're through 5.5 here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The Newport Gulls Broadcast Network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on Your View New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final 4, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason.
Welcome back to the NECBL Broadcast Network. Jeremy Goldstein on hand along with Zach Letson and Caden Sharpens here. Guys, Newport has responded to its call after taking the 4-3 lead. They call in a reliever to replace the dominant Colin Lowe. And boy, did Sider get the job done in the 5th.
Yeah, 1-2,
Sixth,
1-2-3, and 2 strikeouts. I mean, as clean an inning as you could have wanted. And this Newport bullpen in the early going this season, as there's a strike to Bechstein, really been impressive. I mean, last night we saw Levangie, we saw Cortland, who was lights out. Night number 1, we saw Cole Stasio, who pitched 3 innings of no-hit baseball. So that's really encouraging so far in the early going.
That one's chopped slowly towards third.
No, it hit his foot. It looked like. Bechstein is arguing that it did. We have the out call at first base.
Yeah, Robbie Mate made the play, threw it on to first for, I believe, is it an out?
I mean, he certainly had the reaction that's a hard thing to sell, I feel like. If it doesn't hit your foot, to react the way Bechstein does. And now, as you see on your screen, we have the umpires, William Bowers, Anthony Brunetti, and Marvick Gomez meeting here. Of course, the bounce that it took, you could maybe understand why Valley thinks it was just a natural ground ball with the broken bat. But Bechstein had a different reaction. Bechstein had the reaction that it hit his foot and didn't even – I mean, I think the batter's reaction in this circumstance is extremely important. Wow, they're going to call him out?
Wow. And Bechstein had come back from the dugout with a bat expecting the call to be overturned. They call him out, and he is frustrated, but the game moves on. It'll be a G5. for Bexine making a move for two, the walk on the night. As that brings up Spencer Smith, who singled and grounded into a fielder's choice. And forgot to mention, Terry Murray is indeed out here for a second inning of work. His last outing did last 2 innings, so we'll see if that's his maximum. As that goes back up the middle, off the glove of Murray. The throw into first by Sherwin is in time to get him. What a throw from the shortstop out of Bucknell to get the hustling Smith.
Yeah, and what a throw and what a reaction, because that goes off of the glove of Murray. So that's not a natural roll and a natural bounce. That goes to Sherwin, but a quick response on a hot shot back up the middle and a good play because, well, we know Spencer Smith has some speed down the line already with a stolen base tonight. So a good play there. And so far, so good here for Murray in the sixth.
And, Zach, you could argue maybe if that does not go off the glove of Murray, it does split the middle infielders for a base hit, but maybe that ricochet did cause Sherwin to be able to make a play on it, but nonetheless, Ben Rounds steps up to the plate. The 9-hitter who had a massive game-tying 2-out RBI single back in the fourth. He'll take outside for ball one.
Yeah, huge RBI last time for Ben Rounds. Ice in his veins. There's no one on the bases right now, so let's see if he could be the first one on right now in the bottom of the sixth inning.
That one inside 2-0, and just seeing the competitive at bat that Rounds put up in the fourth, it's really helped me realize, seeing this Newport team for the first time, guys, they're really deep. And when you have a lineup this deep that's capitalizing off pitching like they've received tonight, it could result in a long playoff run if it continues throughout the year. As the 2-0, low it for another ball, the count now 3-0.
Yeah, and it's just about a patient approach at the plate. I think as a hitter, in Rounds, not beating yourself, making the pitcher attack you, even as the 9-hitter. I mean, like you mentioned, that speaks so much to this depth that Rounds has one of the biggest hits of the game and is the last hitter in this Newport starting lineup.
The 3-0, taken all the way, it will be a strike. Murray worked himself back in the count a little bit, 3-1.
I don't want to mention it, 3-1 right now, but Coolest Singham is on deck, so I'm not going to call anything, but he is on deck right now.
Are you really sure he's not going to strike out this time?
I don't want to jinx him.
What's your true thought, though? I obviously believe the jinx, the 3-1, is low in there for ball four, so Rounds reaches for the second time. If you had to give me a professional opinion, Caden, is Coolest Singham going to strike out right here?
I mean, I think he's – I'm not going to guarantee he's going to on base, but I think he's going to get some solid contact. I mean, when he gets up, his outs are always hard. He struck out the last 2 times, but he is such a quality hitter. I mean, 109 hits this past season with the Air Force Falcons, so pretty hard to strike this man out.
In his 2-home run game, he did strike out 1 time, as that one's roped right to the second baseman, Castelleggio, for the out. So he hit it hard for the second time, but again, nothing to show for it. He goes 0 for 4. We're through 6, 2/3 of the way through here at Cardines Field. Blue Sox looking to even the score. We'll be right back here on the NACBL Broadcast Network.
The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final 4, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information.
The chase the goalie race here at Cardines Field on a gorgeous night for baseball. So many kids in attendance. I mean, it's exactly what you want. Summer baseball, a perfect night at the park. Little League night here at Cardines Field. You just can't beat it on a Friday night.
Absolutely not. And two teams that have had a good amount of success in the first few games of the season, and another close affair here. 3 innings left to go. Blue Sox down to their last 9 outs, but they're in a better spot than they were last night. They were down 4-1 entering the 8th, just down 4-3 now entering the 7th, with the top of the order looming. 8, 9, and 1 coming up for Valley.
Just 9 outs to work with, in need of a run, and Newport about as good a pitching night as you could have asked for. First call in low, giving you 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, just 2 of them earned, 7 strikeouts to 1 walk, and then Kevin Sider just mowing through inning number 6. And as you mentioned, he faces 8, 9, and 1 for the Blue Sox here in inning number 7. Steven Latazzi takes ball number 1.
Yeah, Zach, as you mentioned, the bullpen has been fantastic so far this season for the Gulls. I mean, they haven't started out always the best, but the bullpen has always picked them up.
As this is hit back up the middle, the backhand for Farquhar takes an awkward bounce, fires it quickly over to first, and not in time. Latazzi beats it out on, well, it looked like Farquhar playing back right where the dirt meets the grass and may have taken an awkward bounce. A break for the Valley Blue Sox. Now the question, what will they do with it?
That's a great question. Yesterday, Zach, they failed to score runs early on because they had 3 straight innings where they grounded into a double play. And 2 of those times were with runners on. So they definitely want to capitalize here. And if Casaleggio can keep the chains moving, they get their most trusted hitter, Anthony Sherwin, back at the plate.
Beckstein creeps in, thinking about a potential bunt here for the 9-hitter, Michael Casaleggio. Takes ball 1. A double for the 9-hitter, Casaleggio, in the 2nd inning. That spearheaded the crooked number for Valley, and in fact the only number besides 0 in the run column tonight. Healthy lead for Latazzi and a home run hack for Casaleggio. Strike 1.
Yeah, right there. That's a good mix from Sider with a quick fastball. Get him with a little bit of an off-speed changeup right there. That is a quality variety right there.
4-3, the Newport lead here in the top of the 7th.
Do I have some overrated chance towards Mikey Casaleggio?
Oh, it is a packed house here at Cardines Field. There's not really an empty seat in sight. Lots of kids on their feet standing by the fence.
I don't know what Casaleggio did to these guys. I mean,
Hey, these Gulls fans are passionate out here.
As Casaleggio looks at ball 2.
Zach, honestly, if I'm Mikey Casaleggio, I'm honored to be getting overrated chance because we've seen guys like Bryce Harper get those, Giancarlo Stanton in Major League Baseball. So if I was getting overrated chance, I'd feel good about it because that means I'm doing something right. He did receive his first hit of the night tonight, too. Of the season, my bad.
And he fouls the 2-1 back, make it 2-2. A Palm Beach Atlantic University player as an infielder out of Oakland, New Jersey. Right now just trying to keep the assembly line going. Latazzi on first, and the top of the lineup waiting on deck with a shortstop, Anthony Sherwin. Tying run on base, go-ahead run at the dish for the Blue Sox.
This is cracking me up.
Breaking ball in there, strike 3. Kevin Sider. How about that?
And Casaleggio knew it as soon as it hit the plate. Don't know what he was looking for, but that's an unfortunate event for the Blue Sox 9-hole hitter. If you're Anthony Sherwin now, you're looking to hit one of the gaps and allow Lutazzi's speed around the bases to benefit the team.
So it's a big first down for Sider. And now a ground ball could potentially get you out of the inning. But he's got to get through the leadoff man, Sherwin, who looks at strike 1. Well, Sider, as we talked about, done an excellent job getting out ahead in these counts. And does so again.
And Sherwin due for a hit, 0 for 3 tonight. Did reach on an error in the first inning, but reached base multiple times in his first 2 starts of the season, looking to redeem himself here tonight.
Looks at strike 2 on the inner part. Boy, Sider not just doing a good job commanding the zone, but painting those corners.
Yeah.
I mean, these are not pitches that are meatballs per se. They are fringe pitches that just catch the zone and catch the strike zone home plate umpire William Bowers.
Yeah, that was truly on the lower left corner of the zone to the benefit of Sider.
0-2. Upstairs. Now make it 1-2 to the Bucknell infielder.
Zach, I see you got a smile on your face. These kids are cracking you up.
Well, I mean, kids are lively at the ballpark. It's like I've said a few times, it's a great crowd, and not only just being in attendance, but participating and being on your feet. I mean, it's like the Gulls have a 10th fielder out there.
Interesting way to put it. I like it.
Cheering on their home team. Before a 1-2, a checking over on first. I mean, the Newport Gulls are known as, attendance-wise, as good as it gets in summer collegiate baseball, ranking 4th in the entire country. Forget the NECBL, the entire country in attendance. And consistently leading the New England Collegiate Baseball League year to year. As Sherwin just staying alive.
Yeah, and that's how Sherwin's going to benefit this team here. We've had lots of quick outs by Blue Sox hitters. Sherwin, one of the better hitters out of these 9, and just staying alive and making the pitcher work until he sees something he likes. So hopefully for him and his sake, he can find something he can shoot up into a gap and potentially get some runners in scoring position at the very least.
Watazzi over at first after the air. 1-2 is upstairs.
And that's what you're going to see if you're Sherwin. The more pitches you foul off and spoil, you're going to see some more out of the zone as Sider starts to tire himself into the count. So we'll see how it unfolds.
Sun beginning to set on a gorgeous night here at Cardines Field. 2-2 coming to Anthony Sherwin. Down low, and the at-bat continues.
Now on a payoff pitch coming, we'll see if Lutazzi takes the risk and tries to swipe second base or at least get a head start on a potential hit and run.
Yeah, Sherwin was 5th in total runs scored in the Patriot League this past season, so when he gets on base, he knows how to find the home plate.
He represents tying run is on base. Payoff. Inside ball 4. What an at-bat from Anthony Sherwin, and the free pass has Valley with a real opportunity here in the 7th.
Yep, and Robbie Mate, who really, after a struggling outing on opening night, picked himself up with a couple of hits yesterday, and now tonight has a couple of singles on his line, facing a new pitcher for the first time tonight too. So let's see if the two-hitter can be a true two-hitter and drive in the game's tying run.
Well, it is just the second walk by a Gulls pitcher all night. And here we are with an out in the 7th. It comes to the leadoff man, Sherwin. Now Robbie Mate. A multi-hit night for the third baseman.
Mate's played third base on all 3 of his outings in the early going.
And looking to cash in here with a tying run at second. Go ahead at first. Strike 1 from Sider.
Great job by Sider to respond to the walk, like getting ahead with the strike.
An error and a walk here in the 7th. Newport by 1, looking for a second consecutive victory here early on in the season. As Sider misses 1-1. Single in the first, single in the second. And the second for Valley. That was the big inning. Single from Ludwig, double from Casaleggio, and then the Mate single. And this back and forth contest. Breaking ball, cut on and missed.
He was trying to hit his first homer of the season right there, but you mentioned the box score tally, Zach, and if you're Valley, that makes you just regret not putting something on the board in the first when you had 2 runners on with nobody out. Got to credit the response by Colin Lowe at the time.
They'll check in over on second, a close play, and it goes into center field. Oh, I thought that was in Smith's glove.
Yeah.
And it would have been a really close play.
Wow.
Instead, it squeaks into center field. And fortunately for the Gulls, Ledbetter waiting for it.
Yeah, I was about to say, he would have been out if that did hit the glove, but since it was thrown at such a low angle, it's really hard to be able to trap the ball and apply the tag. So really great effort over there at second base, but nothing doing.
Again, we wait on the 1-2. Outside, and the count running even.
Sherwin himself had a 1-2 count, worked it into a walk, Mate, I don't know if he's really trying to walk right now, but he's trying to get on base. I can say that for sure.
Player in the program, the Hope International Royals in the NAIA, and had quite the season, a .320 average. 2-2. Got him. A big response from Sider. There's 2 gone.
Yeah, that's what you're going to get from Sider right there. You get 2 quick fastballs to start it off, and then you get a curveball back to the fastball. He really knows how to change his pitches to keep these guys frustrated on the plate.
It's been a single strikeout, walk strikeout type of inning. Now Chase Hansen, who, if you believe in due, he is in fact due. 0 for 3, a strikeout, a fly out to right, and a grounder back to the pitcher.
So that was the 11th strikeout by the Newport Gulls tonight.
Just 5 for Valley this evening, and Hansen could not hold up the swing there.
I feel like whenever these Blue Sox hitters are sitting fastball, they get fooled and made look silly with an off-speed pitch of some kind. So great job by Newport knowing what to throw at the right time right now.
A 1-3 ground out in the first, pop out in the second, and a strikeout in the 5th for the right fielder. And looks at a fastball under part of the plate, quickly 0-2. And all of a sudden, Sider just a pitch away here from getting out of it and sending us to stretch time. The kids certainly want it. Can the Quinnipiac righty deliver? And Hansen stays alive.
You know, Zach, I just had Valley Blue Sox social media intern Joe Manning, who I've worked with very closely so far, text me. He's watching the game tonight. It's like these kids in Rhode Island are ruthless tonight. So they are really doing their job, helping out their team, trying to escape a jam right now.
Well, it is Little League night here, so maybe more kids than usual, but a rowdy crowd on hand as the 0-2 is downstairs. Another player in Hansen from Hope International as you get a look at the sunset here in Newport, Rhode Island. Just can't beat it. It is a gorgeous night here in the city by the sea. Temperature has cooled down. 66 degrees and partly cloudy. A ball and 2 strikes to Hansen. Upstairs and another even count 2-2.
So ever since that Sherwin walk, the one pitch that was a successful put-away pitch was the fastball. So let's see if Sider relies on that fastball and tries to just challenge Hansen as his method of getting out of the inning.
Looking for his first hit here tonight. Valley, 6 of them on the board, 3 runs to go with it, but they trail by a run. In there, strike 3. Sider works out of it and gives Newport that 4-3 lead. They hold on to it as we go to stretch time. Time for a take me out to the ball game at Cardines Field. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 7th.
8-4-3. Again, that is 8-4-3-9-7-6-3. Thank you. Please look out the third base line. Thank you. Okay, folks, 7th inning stretch and a little bit of take me out to the ball game. We got a nice crowd.
asg22.necbl.com for more information. And don't forget to make your ferry reservation at steamshipauthority.com.
Take me out to the ball game. Ringing through Cardines Field in what's a packed house and a game worthy of it. 4-3, the Newport lead as we head to the bottom of the 7th.
I don't know what it is about Cardines Field. We got back-to-back stellar games so far. The Mystic Schooners, a one-run game. We got another one-run game going on right now.
Yeah, and Terry Murray out for his third inning of work, so with one out, he will also have his longest outing of the season.
Just one hit allowed by the anchorman righty, and he faces 2, 3, and 4 in the Gulls lineup. Josh Kuroda-Grauer hits the first pitch back out of play. He has come around to score twice today. First on the double in the first, then reaching on an E6 in the 5th. And just looking to get the party started for the Gulls here in inning number 7. And he'll do just that. A base hit in the left field. And a multi-hit night for JKG.
Just some solid piece of hitting right there. Just gets a nice contact on it, hits it right to left field, and gets it started for the Newport Gulls.
Can Newport take advantage of it? The heart of this Gulls order. A 3-hitter, Trent Farquhar out of Michigan State.
Yeah, ever since getting hit by a pitch, Farquhar hasn't done that much.
Strikeout looking in the 3rd, popped out to left in the 5th. Newport with 2 in the 1st, 1 in the 4th, and 1 in the 5th.
Farquhar, a couple of miscues in the field as well. When he got the benefit of the doubt that it was a single, but he led off the game with an error at second base.
1-0 dots the outer part of the plate. A ball and a strike to the Highland, Michigan native. Part of the Michigan State program, but began his career at Bowling Green back in 2020. Newport looking for some insurance here in the bottom of the 7th. And that squeaks out of the glove of Rodriguez. And moving easily to second is Josh Kuroda-Grauer.
I mean, that's the last thing you needed if you're the Blue Sox with nobody out, a chance to potentially get a double play ball and get a quick 2 outs. Now, not only is a double play taken out of the equation, but a runner is in scoring position. And again, with all 3 outs available for the Gulls.
2-1 to a guy that walked 34 times with the Spartans this past season. And looks at ball 3. Boy, that nearly got out of Rodriguez's glove again. And now you wonder, is it less about just a random passed ball and maybe Murray and Rodriguez maybe not being on the same page these last 2 pitches?
I mean, Murray has shanked a couple of pitches outside. I don't know if that's communication based. It's just a really good question. What I'm wondering right now, though, is how long is Murray's leash? Again, the 2nd extra inning game played of the season already last night by Valley. They had to use a lot of high leverage relievers in that one, including Connor Bailey, who's been super dominant out of the pen. I'm almost positive he won't be available tonight. Obviously can't say for sure, but Murray is probably tasked with escaping the 7th here.
Ball 4. So Trent Farquhar with a great at bat, and he's rewarded with a base on balls. Newport in business here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, this is a perfect position for Newport. You got Slade Alford, Colton Ledbetter, and then Parker Haskin. I mean, those are the 3 guys I feel like you want. The heart of the order, as we've been talking about. This is 2 guys on. This is the right position to extend this lead.
Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. And like you said, Caden, it is the heart of the order. And Alford and Ledbetter already stepping up in big ways here tonight. Looking to come through again and give Newport some breathing room. A nasty curveball off speed stuff, and it gets the lower part of the zone.
You know, I won't say the word, but a ground ball to third would make things very interesting. Maybe we'll see some magic with the way the infield is configured right now.
Hey, trying to manifest it like Caden earlier today.
Yeah, don't want to do
Yeah,
that.
I don't want to be like
Be
Caden.
careful what you wish for.
Caden was a little unsuccessful in manifesting what he desired, so I don't know if I'm going to go that far.
Alford, the designated hitter out of Mississippi State, with a 2-bagger in the 5th inning. The last time Newport was able to put up a run. It was off of Murray and an unearned run at that after JKG reached on the air and came all the way around to score from first on the double from Alford that nearly cleared the yard. And now time calls. This is a huge at bat here in this game. Nobody out in the seventh, and Newport a chance to really get some breathing room and potentially blow it open.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, you mentioned how Rodriguez and Murray might not be communicating as they'd like to right now, when despite there being a strike in the count, they really need to make sure that they get by Alford, who did double off the center field wall his last time. And then they're going to have to face Colton Ledbetter, who has had a lethal approach to the plate. 2 hits and then a line drive right at Sherwin. So a big, dangerous part of the order coming up, and vowing to do everything they can to keep this at a 1-run game with their 6 outs remaining in their offense.
Okay, Newport break through, up by a run. Looking for runs 5 and 6 here. Alford off the inner part of the bat, could be 2. Over to second for 1, on to first in time. A big 4-6-3 twin killing for the Blue Sox as Kuroda Grauer advances to third, but now there's 2 gone.
And I will say, Valley learned their lesson there. So yesterday against North Adams hit a ground ball with the bases loaded into the middle of the infield, and the double play was unsuccessful. And in the process, the runner on third, Hunter Pasqualini of the Steeplecats, came home. So I was looking to see if JKG would try and do that, but Valley was a little more aware that time.
Colton Ledbetter looks at ball number 1. And you got to be careful. I mean, this is where you have to be on the same page if you're pitcher, catcher, a guy that, like you said, 2 hits tonight could very easily have 3.
And that's why if I'm Terry Murray, I won't be surprised if he pitches around Ledbetter to get to Parker Haskin, who is 0 for 3 tonight.
First base is open with 2 away, and now it's 2-0.
I mean, JKG is dancing off of third. He's going far off the bag, taking a nice extended lead with 2 outs.
A speedy left fielder, 90 feet away from giving Newport its 5th run tonight. And Colton Ledbetter with 57 RBIs with the Bulldogs this past season of Samford. Looking for a big one right here. It's the 2-0 shot back to the netting. Led Samford in homers, RBI, slugging, total bases, and OPS. I'd say that's pretty good.
Not too shabby right there,
Yeah,
Zach.
not too bad.
And in the Great Lakes Summer League, a season ago, hit .415. Can he find some outfield grass here and give Newport a 5th run? Inside for ball 3.
And again, a walk here is honestly not the worst thing in the world, because just the pitching overall, Murray and Sears combined have done such a better job, with Haskin and Beckstein combined 0 for 5 with a walk those 2 are. So letting Ledbetter take the free pass is not the worst thing in the world right now.
Runner on third with 2 down in the 7th. As Ledbetter skies the 3-1, and there will not be a play.
Something
Matei over at third.
Yeah, Matei always gives that ball a look. Even if it looks like it's well over the screen, he'll always chase it over in case the wind maybe carries it back. He's always the guy who gets an A for effort at the very least, and he's a great ball player. Again, 2 hits for him tonight as well.
Three balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. The payoff pitch to Ledbetter. Driven back up the middle. Off the backhand, fielded by the second baseman. Over to first. He got him! Oh, Michael Casaleggio with a web gem. A very close play at first base. Goes the way of the Valley Blue Sox.
I mean, I want to see a replay of that because it was close, but wow, like you said, potential web gem of the week right there by Casaleggio.
Unreal. It keeps a run off the board and ends the 7th inning. It is still a 4-3 Newport lead as we head to the 8th on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
For the first time in league history, the 2022 New England League All-Star Game is headed to Martha's Vineyard, home of the Sharks. On Sunday, July 24th, join the NECBL's best as they ferry over to the island and enter the Shark Tank in front of scouts from every MLB organization. Visit asg22.necbl.com for more information. And don't forget to make your ferry reservation at steamshipauthority.com. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
Six outs to get for a Newport Gulls victory, but just a one-run lead. It has been another great night of NECBL baseball here at Cardines Field, and we're so glad that you can be with us on a Friday night. Zach Letson, Jeremy Goldstein, Caden Sharpens here with you. As Newport looking for its second win of the season, its first came by one run on Wednesday. And they very well could be in the hunt for a second one-run victory in just 3 games.
Yeah, Sider back in for his third inning of work. 5 Ks so far. He's really dialed in. Let's see if he could keep it up for his third consecutive inning.
Melnick has, despite, again, his heroics last night, has looked silly at the plate, to say the least, albeit because of the pitching. Just a measly ground out to first, and then a couple strikeouts swinging.
A nasty curveball in there for strike one. 5 Ks for Sider to just 8 batters faced. And Lowe, the Newport starter with 7 himself, as there's a drive in a deep right field. Rounds has to play it off the wall. Comes up firing. It's going to be a long single off the bat of Danny Melnick, the cleanup man, and the leadoff man on for Valley in the 8th.
And that ball was hit so hard off the wall that, unlike the other ones off the wall that were doubles, he has to hold up at first. But good job not being greedy, going for that extra base.
Yeah, hit high off the wall. And a long single. Got to give credit to Ben Rounds there in right field. Otherwise, Valley may have a runner in scoring position with nobody out.
And Demarius Rodriguez at the plate here. 6 of his 7 outs have been in the air. He's homered. So anything deep enough could get Melnick home.
Thomas was swinging to give Valley the lead on pitch number 1.
Right there.
And could not get his bat on that filthy curveball, like you said, Caden.
Yeah, Rodriguez is always swinging for those fences. He is probably one of the more big-time power hitters, most definitely one of the more big-time power hitters on this team.
A 1-for-4 night in the Valley win last night, and Haskin able to get to that one quickly.
Yeah, Sider definitely frustrated after that long single. Had some harsh words to say to himself after the play. He looks like he's got his game face back on. Let's see if he could get Rodriguez out right here.
Well, it's the 9th Valley batter, the first one to get a hit off of him. Valley needs a little bit more to try to knot this game up at 4. Looking for their first runs since the 2nd inning. As that curveball is fouled off of the leg of Rodriguez.
That was another immense hack by Rodriguez with 2 strikes. I wonder if he's going to shorten up, try to poke it through a gap, or if he's really going to sell out for that long ball.
All you need here, if you're Valley, is just keep the line moving.
Right.
In need of just 1 run with already someone on.
Right, and they did come back in the 8th inning was their comeback inning, thanks to, again, for the 8th time, a homer by Rodriguez. So let's see if he can be the beneficiary of another comeback victory for Valley.
1-2. Rodriguez stays alive.
Yeah, Rodriguez looking like he wants the fastball. The 2 off-speed pitches got him. He's thinking fastball right now, and I think if I'm Sider, I'm trying to throw some off-speed stuff. Probably maybe a changeup on this one.
It's just a matter of how long does it take before Rodriguez realizes maybe he won't give me a fastball. So many mind games can be played between pitcher and batter, so we'll see how it unfolds.
looking for his 6th strikeout. In this, the 10th batter he's faced. Chopped over on the right side. Farquhar over to second for one. On to first. Not in time. So the hustle from Rodriguez earns him a fielder's choice. Newport able to get the lead runner, and now one gone here in the 8th.
A good competitive at-bat for the most part. Great job by Sider understanding how to approach Rodriguez, because if he did give him a fastball on that first pitch of the AB, there's a good chance it could have been 5-4 at this point. But Sider, just like Colin Lowe, very intelligent on the mound tonight.
So now one away for Jack Krause, and he takes a big swing and a miss. The off speed again from Sider. 2 1/3 innings to this point, just the one hit off of the bat of Melnick that began this inning. Krause reached on an error in the second rather, but has struck out otherwise 2 different times. Runner off and going on the 0-1. A good pitch for Haskin to throw on down to second. What a jump by Melnick, and he's in there safe. And now the tying run in scoring position for the Blue Sox.
Honestly, as a catcher, I would not expect Rodriguez to attempt a stolen base, especially in this spot of the game. But with 1 out now, he's setting up his hitter Krause to potentially drive in a run.
One to Krause. Got the off speed and hits it into right field for a base hit. Rodriguez had to wait initially, and he'll get the stop sign, but now with the bobble makes a play home to the plate. The tag is not in time. And Valley has tied it up on the run-scoring single from Jack Krause, and it's 4-4.
An immense amount of credit needs to go to Jack Krause, Rodriguez for his base running. First he steals the base. He knows he has to hold up until that ball gets down, but he reads the bobble so well that he gets the right jump coming home, and he ties the game up on the RBI single from Jack Krause.
Yeah, definitely really unfortunate right there for Rounds. Makes a nice play to keep it to a single earlier in the inning, and then just an unfortunate bounce, and he cannot get it to home plate.
The first runs for Valley since all the way back in the second. And it has tied us up here in the 8th. As the fastball misses to Charlie Ludwig for ball 1.
And I know that we still got outs to play, but I mean, if Valley has to play their 3rd extra inning game in 4 nights, that'd be pretty crazy to say the least. It's hard to think of any other words.
Checking over on first for Ludwig, who singled in that second inning. That's the common theme. A big second inning for Valley. Otherwise, it had been a quiet night until right here in the 8th. As this is flying out of play. The 2 singles. One off the top of the wall, and then one floated into right that has tied us up.
Yeah, Sider has been dialed in the rest of the game. He hasn't experienced much adversity, so this is a huge out for him. The next out would get him 2 outs, and I think maybe a double play ball right here.
1-1 the count to the Eastern Kentucky first baseman, Charlie Ludwig. First, another check over on first, and at this time, much closer. Ascola Singham got the tag down, but Krause back in there.
Indeed, yeah, and then again, they're really playing, Ludwig to pull. The shortstop in this case, Spencer Smith, is playing closer to the second base than he normally would on a regular hitter.
1-1 grounded sharply, and it's speared by Singham. Only play is over at first as Krause hustling down to second. So a productive ground out for the Blue Sox as the go-ahead run now in scoring position, but 2 gone.
Yeah, now Steve Lutazzi steps up to the plate. He had his first hit of the season in his last at-bat, and he's gotten on base his last 2 occasions, so a walk and a single for him tonight. Let's see if he can give Valley the lead with their first 2-out RBI of the night.
Lutazzi reaching on that error in the 7th, but walking in the 4th. Steiner looking to get the goals out of the 8th in a tie game. The DH out of UMass looking for his first hit tonight, and he rockets it back up the middle. Farquhar over to field it, fires over to first in time, and the inning is over. But the Blue Sox tie the game up on an RBI single from Jack Krause, and we're back where we started. Valley 4, Newport 4, as we go to the bottom of the 8th.
Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Franklin is the official batting glove of the New England League.
Back here at Cardines Field, Newport in need of some magic in the 8th inning again. 4-4 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Not the only game, though, going on across the NECBL. And I'll toss it over to the Newport Gulls field reporter, Caden Charpentier, to give us a look around the NECBL tonight.
Yeah, let's take a quick look around the NECBL after we hear Neil Diamond.
A little Sweet Caroline.
A little Sweet Caroline action. Pretty good in New England, obviously.
Not for me. As a Yankee fan, it's a sour subject. But, you know, I respect the tradition, as is.
Yeah, so we got all teams are in play right now. The Vermont Mountaineers are looking for their 3rd straight win. They're up 8-3 against the Winnipesaukee Muskrats in their first road game. So another close game at Old Mountain Field. The Ocean State Waves are tied with the North Adams Steeplecats. That is right now in the top of the 8th inning. The Bristol Blues have a 5-4 lead over the Samford Mariners at the top of the 8th inning right there. The Mystic Schooners are looking to avoid their 2nd straight loss as they right now are down to the Keene Swamp Bats 3-2 over at Dodd Stadium in Norwich, Connecticut. Right now the Upper Valley Nighthawks are up 7-3 over the North Shore Navigators. The North Shore Navigators looking to avoid their 3rd straight loss and moving to 0-3 to start the season over at Fraser Field in Lynn, Massachusetts.
And the former Upper Valley Nighthawk will get things started for Newport here in the bottom of the 8th, and he will face a new Valley Blue Sock on the mound, a guy that who pitched right here in Newport at Salve Regina University, Andrew Roman.
Leading off the Gulls' 8th inning, the catcher.
Made 17 appearances this past year with the Salve Regina Seahawks, of course a Division III school, but right here in Newport, and was fantastic. An all-conference first-team selection, 1-1 with a 1.59 ERA. And right now his job is just to get this game to the 9th inning tie. But he has to get through Parker Haskin, Luke Beckstein, and Spencer Smith to do so. 4 runs on 8 hits for both sides. And Haskin looks at strike 1.
An opportunity right here for Haskin to get another huge hit. Maybe not score a run, but another huge hit. Could be a hero again in the 2nd straight game.
He did it 2 nights ago. A pinch hit RBI double that got Newport its first win of 2022 against the Mystic Schooners right here at Cardines. Tonight, in the starting lineup and looking for his first hit. A pair of groundouts and a flyout, but certainly capable. An all-star right here in the NECBL just a season ago. Roman's fastball misses upstairs. 2-1 now.
Roman 2-1 with an 8.22 ERA at Salve Regina, 17 strikeouts, and also recorded a save.
An on-base percentage of .462 in this league last year for Haskinen as he takes a big swing and a miss. His batting average of .323 and on-base of .462, both at the top of the leaderboard for Upper Valley. And just looking to give his team some hope by getting on base right here. 2-2 the count with nobody out. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A big first punch out for Roman here in the 8th.
Roman pitched along with Terry Murray, the aforementioned Terry Murray, in Martha's Vineyard on opening night. Roman did go 2 innings as well, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned, and 1 strikeout, so already has matched his strikeout total from his opening outing.
Newport looking for its first run since back in the 5th, when Slade Alford's double brought home JKG. As Luke Beckstein, the 7-hitter for the Gulls, looks at ball 1. That an unearned run after JKG reached on the error. Newport, for a second straight game, will need some magic to try to emerge victorious. As Beckstein flies the 1-0 back near the fire station on West Marlborough Street. Sun fully set here in Newport as we have reached 9 o'clock. And neither side has an edge here in the bottom of the 8th. 4-4 the score. 1-1 to Beckstein. Broken bat. On the right side, hit softly. Flipped over to first in time. And just like that, 2 up, 2 down for Roman.
Great job by Roman. I think one of his issues is he didn't have great command of the plate, and not that he was walking guys on opening night, but he was throwing it into the wheelhouses of his opposing hitters. This time he's just throwing with more confidence. It's vibrant off of Roman tonight, and he's just recorded 2 outs, but it's been 2 effective outs thus far. Just got to retire Spencer Smith to get your offense back up there for the 9th.
Smith a single in the 2nd inning. 1 for 3 on the day. And takes a big hack at the upstairs fastball for strike 1. Valley winners of 2 in a row. Newport, a 1-run victory on Wednesday, looking for its 2nd win. And looking at the 2nd-year Newport Gold to try to spark a rally. Smith in the air, but very playable in left field for Melnick, and he makes the grab. And we go to the 9th, tied 4-4. What a game between Valley and Newport as we head to the 9th. We'll be right back.
The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final 4, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information.
An unbelievable game here at Cardines Field has brought us back where we've started. 4-4 between the Valley Blue Sox and the Newport Gulls here at Cardines Field. And we're so glad you're with us here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Zach Letson, Jeremy Goldstein, and Caden Charpentier. Along with you, Newport calls to the bullpen for the second time tonight. Kevin Siner gave Newport 3 innings in relief and was fantastic. Just 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned back in the 8th on that run-scoring single off the bat of Jack Krause, but 5 punch-outs to go with it. Logan McGuire is the new arm for the Newport Gulls, making his Gulls debut out of Georgia Tech, where he was ranked the number 4 right-hander in the entire state of Georgia in his class and pitched in 18 games this past season with the Yellow Jackets. A 7.02 ERA, 36 strikeouts, and 33 1/3 innings pitched.
Now high-pressure situation for a Gulls debut. He does have Castelleggio here, the 9-hitter, who struck out 3 times, but then that lethal top of the order.
And Castelleggio looks at strike 1.
Yeah, that pitch right there should give him a lot of confidence. A nice one, a strike pretty much right down the middle. So let's see if we can build on that confidence right there.
Big cut and a miss on the breaking ball from McGuire.
We've seen it all day from these Gulls pitchers. Variety of pitches gets them on the off speed right there after a quick fastball.
The second-year Valley Blue Sock with a massive at-bat here in the top of the 9th in a tie game. And he looks at a fastball outside, now 1-2.
Castelleggio, after that double, looked like he might be turning things around hitting-wise after a bit of a slow start. Obviously not defensively, but offensively, but 3 strikeouts to follow it up.
Swings through the fastball, strike number 3. So 1 batter and 1 punch out. Strikeout number 13 for Gulls pitchers tonight, and there's 1 gone.
Make it the golden sombrero now for Castelleggio.
4 punch outs on the night for the 9-hitter. And now what can the top of this Valley lineup do? Anthony Sherwin, the leadoff man and the shortstop. Looking for his first hit tonight, an 0 for 3 night. And he flies the first pitch back.
I like that immediate swing approach, trying to catch him off guard. First outing of the season, trying to, find command of his stuff early, throw some quick strikes. Sherwin fouled that one back, but it helps him calibrate the fastball as he goes further in the count.
He walked his last time up, but the Blue Sox couldn't do anything with it back in the 7th. 0-1 from McGuire. Chopped right back to him on the mound. An easy toss to first, and there's 2 gone. So far, so good for the Newport reliever. Just 1 run on 2 hits for the Valley Blue Sox since Colin Lowe exited this game after the 5th. And that 1 run, thanks to the RBI single from Jack Krause, why we're tied here in the 9th. As Robbie Matei looks at ball 1 down low. The only Blue Sox with a multi-hit night, singles in the 1st and the 2nd inning. For Matei out of Hope International. And a big cut and a miss on the 1-0.
I think part of the issue is these hitters are trying to win the game with 1 swing, or at least put themselves ahead. Matei caught trying to homer right there, or at least swinging out of his shoes.
One down low to Matei. A .320 hitter, played in 56 games this past season in the Royals program. A program in the NAIA. And in his first season of summer baseball here in New England. What an at-bat in just the 4th Valley game. It's the 3rd game for Newport this season. And back-to-back nail-biters for both these teams. 2-1. Fastball driven high in the air, but it'll find its way near the clubhouse on West Marlboro Street. McGuire looking for a perfect 1-2-3 ninth. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Outside, and we've gone full.
I don't mean to be premature, Zach, but after Ben Rounds in the 9th, it will be Kulasingam and JKG, 2 of the most dangerous hitters I've personally seen in the first 4 games I've witnessed in the NECBL.
A very talented Newport offense awaits, and what is hopefully still a tie game. Payoff. He got him. 1, 2, 3 through the 9th. Logan McGuire sits him down, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. Tied. Is there some Cardines magic in store? We'll find out on the other side.
The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final 4, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason. The Newport Gulls Broadcast Network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on Your View New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews.
Here we go. Bottom of the 9th in a tie game. 4-4 the score between the Newport Gulls and the Valley Blue Sox. Newport looking for its first walk-off win since 2019. And Frank Holbrook elects to go to the bench to start the inning. A pinch hitter in for Ben Rounds is the Central Connecticut State Blue Devil, Noah Martinez. Tried holding up his swing. It's a called strike, says home plate umpire William Bowers.
Yeah, Zach, we talked about it off air. Noah Martinez is yet to get a hit this season, known for his power in the NEC. So if anyone's to hit one out, it would be Martinez right here.
0 for 5 on the young season. And chops the 0-1, foul.
I mean, this has got to be a must-out if you're Andrew Roman here. You know how deadly the top of that order is. Retiring this 9-hitter and making sure there's no one on for Akula Singham, a JKG, that is the best thing you can do to allow this game to go into extras right now.
A .313 hitter with the Blue Devils this past season. A first-team All-NEC selection in his first plate appearance tonight. Looks at ball 1.
Yeah, we talked about it. All 3 of these guys that are due up right now are not easy outs. I mean, Noah Martinez is not a guy that bats 9th. I mean, he's typically in the middle of the order, so this is it's a tough out, even if you want to get it.
He did play against Mystic, 0 for 2. I don't know if you alluded to that, Zach, or not. But
Swing and a miss, and he's tagged out. What a big strikeout that is on the mound for the Valley Blue Sox. And for Andrew Roman, who just keeps on pushing on here. After a perfect 8th inning, a big strikeout to the pinch hitter, Martinez. And now the lineup card flips over for Newport's most dangerous hitter here in the early part of the season, Sam Kulasingam.
Zach, I have to ask you, was his 2-1 home game at this ballpark?
Yes, he
2-1
was
home
back
run
on
game?
Wednesday.
So he is definitely capable of ending it right here with one swing. You got to be careful if you're Roman.
Hitting on the left side for the first time this season. He's been on the right the entire time.
Big swing and a foul tip into the mitt for strike 1. 2 home runs on Wednesday for Kulasingam. This is his second game with the team in the leadoff spot both times. The Mountain West Conference Player of the Year. Swings and misses at the second pitch, strike 2.
You know, I obviously wasn't there for that game, but I wonder if he was the beneficiary of some breaking balls at the off-speed pitch, because This is the third straight AB where I've seen fastballs just get blown by him consistently. Maybe the fourth.
Behind 0-2. And he hits it off of his own leg. Staying alive. Really just need a hit here if you're Newport just trying to spark a rally. Of course, you'd love a home run, but a hit could be the start of something. And Coolsingham had 109 of those this past year with Air Force, including a 19-game hitting streak.
Yeah, I think that's all that's going through Coolsingham's head right now. He's not trying to do too much, just trying to get the barrel on the ball, get a nice little single, get this in and start it for the Gulls.
Bases empty with 1 out in a tie game in the 9th. Coolsingham right back to the pitcher. Gloved cleanly and over to first in time. And just like that, Roman calm, cool, collected, an out away from getting us to extras.
Right, but they're still far away from getting to extras. JKG has had a night, a double, a single, and he reached on an error. So he's seen the base paths on a few occasions. Definitely a tough out. And it doesn't really get easier from there with 3-4 following him. So Roman still has to be laser focused before the third out is indeed recorded.
A stellar freshman season with Rutgers, looking to come through in the 9th. And looks at strike 1 and catches the top part of the zone. That double was the start of things for Newport offensively. Its first hit of the night. Drives the 0-1 high in the air. Will there be a play down the line? And it gets near the concessions here at Cardinals Field.
We alluded to it last time on the broadcast. There's so much space down that first base side. So, I mean, almost made a play, just barely got out of play.
Yeah, there's a lot of space until there isn't because the warehouse then takes up all the space next to the Cardinals Field scoreboard.
And we'll see if Roman on this pitch allows himself to go off speed out of the zone, try to get a chase, or if he challenges him on an 0-2.
The pitch down low. And JKG still alive in this at-bat. Talk about a 19-game hitting streak midseason for Coolsingham. 14-game hitting streak for the man that just finished his true freshman season in Piscataway, New Jersey. 1-2 the count. The pitch. Able to hold off. And they'll say he didn't go around. Two hits tonight for JKG. Would love another one right here with Farquhar on deck, but the base is empty with 2 outs. In the dirt, and from 0-2 now to 3-2 as JKG has worked the at-bat full.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that Roman, after an 0-2, has worked it back to 3-2, not throwing any of those pitches remotely close to the strike zone. So now in a 3-2, JKG can sit back and really expect a strike if Roman does indeed want to avoid walking it.
What kind of pitch does he get right here? The payoff. Outside, ball 4. And the patient approach of JKG pays off. Newport with life in the 9th.
I mean, talk about patience right there. So much mental toughness right there to not chase a pitch out of the zone, gets on first base, starts this inning, and now Farquhar with an opportunity to get another base knock.
Well, we've seen it once tonight. JKG on first, comes around to score on a double. Lots of speed and a healthy lead over at first. Roman's first pitch to Farquhar is in there for a strike.
Obviously, that double that he came out to score on was from Slade Alford. Farquhar yet to reach on a hit. He has walked and gotten hit by a pitch, but still looking to see if he can use his bat to do something positive.
Big cut and a miss for strike 2. A massive triple for Farquhar back on Wednesday. His lone hit so far through 3 games. Would love an extra base hit right here. And a celebration here at Cardinals Field. We'll check back in over on first. And now the first baseman can't find the ball. Boy, JKG had a massive lead over there at first base. But it squeaked out of the glove of Ludwig, so he didn't even have a chance to apply the tag. 0-2 the count to the second baseman, Farquhar. As JKG off and running, and it's fouled back. Of a hit and run put into effect. And that makes you figure, well, he would have had a great shot to score if that ball gets in the gap.
Yeah, I don't think he was stealing for Farquhar to really take that pitch. Farquhar was going to sit dead red, and if he even hits that somewhat deep into the outfield with the running start he gets, even a single could have maybe scored him.
Instead, we'll do the 0-2 again to Farquhar with 2 outs in the ninth. Upstairs.
Ooh, that was close.
And he stays alive.
Patience again by the Gulls hitters. I mean, now 1-2 in the count, 2 outs. I mean, this is so much pressure right now, but JKG lived up to it last time.
Can he find his pitch? Looking for his first hit tonight. Instead, another check-in on JKG, who's back in safe. I can't say I blame Roman. Certainly a big lead for JKG at first.
Right.
And it represents the potential game-winning run.
And being at first and second is so different in this scenario.
1-2 to Farquhar as he goes in the dirt, and he'll make it easily. As Rodriguez could not handle the pitch, and now the potential game-winning run for Newport in scoring position.
Yeah, base hit to the outfield with JKG's speed should in fact wrap this up. But again, a 2-2 count. Valley has hit a walk-off, has won on a walk-off, and lost on a walk-off this year. So we'll see how this unfolds.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in a tie game in the ninth. Upstairs, and just like Kuroda Grauer, Farquhar has worked it from 0-2 now to 3-2. The Newport crowd coming alive here on Friday night. The Gulls looking for their first walk-off win since 2019. Game-winning run standing on second. And the pitch. It's chopped foul. We'll do it again.
I mean, you could fear this. You could feel, the suspense in this arena right now.
That's for sure.
Everybody anticipating either extra inning baseball or a celebration at home plate.
The speedy Kuroda Grauer on second. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. The payoff. Down low, ball 4. It's another great at-bat for a Newport Gulls hitter. And this inning remains alive. Now for Slade Alford with 2 outs.
And Alford does have that massive double off the center field wall, but a couple of strikeouts and a double play.
A ball off the wall, just like the one he had in the 5th. That would win it for Newport. But it wouldn't necessarily take that to get the job done. Possibly just a single in the outfield.
The Gulls just keep putting that pressure on the next batter, but that's what you got to do. Get some guys on. Huge at-bat right here.
Alford takes ball 1. After back-to-back hitters for the Gulls fall behind 0-2. Now Alford out ahead. 4-4 the score with 2 down here in the ninth. Can Newport find some magic? As that breaking ball misses. And now Roman starting to lose command of the zone a little bit.
And you gotta wonder if he's getting a little fatigued out there right now. And I really don't know because of my view, but maybe there's somebody warming in the pen in case this batter gets walked as well.
2 on with 2 out. The potential game-winning run at second. As Alford takes strike 1.
Massive pitch.
A breaking ball that just caught that upper part of the zone. And it gets Roman back in this at-bat. Kuroda Grauer on second and Farquhar on first. But JKG, the runner that matters right now. The 2-1. Alford fights it off the inner part of the bat. And now the deuces are wild here in the ninth.
Yeah, guys, I can't help but think the all-dangerous Colton Ledbetter is next up to bat, and he has 2 hits on the day. So, I mean, obviously, right now, Slade Alford has the pressure on him, but if he can get on or maybe not score a run, Colton Ledbetter is right there behind him.
You would think Roman certainly would not want to face him. A strike away from ending the inning, a base hit away from ending this game. for Newport. Tried holding up his swing, and he did. Just held it up enough to keep this inning alive. Valley started to walk off the field. But the Blue Sox still in need of one more strike.
And boy, a ball here would make this place go absolutely nuts.
A third consecutive payoff pitch coming to a batter in this Newport lineup. The pitch. It's fouled back. And with the count full and 2 down, both runners will have a running start.
What do you think? Are you more willing to throw a pitch in the zone here or try to get a chase? It's a tough question.
Not a lot of space to put Alford here. 2 on with 2 out. Can he find some magic and get Newport a walk-off win? Now time calls. 2 walks in this inning for the Gulls. A chance to walk it off. Here comes the payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. 3 straight walks for the Newport Gulls. And the bases are loaded.
Here comes the assistant manager right here to come talk to Roman. I don't know if that means we're going to signal to the bullpen here or if Roman's just going to be trusted to go out or bust.
Yeah, and I just mentioned it. Colton Ledbetter up with the bases loaded, 2 outs. I feel like this is the guy that you want up in this position. I mean, JKG has been huge with his hits today, but Ledbetter has also been massive.
And think about it. Andrew Roman was ahead 0-2 on JKG with 2 outs. And now the bases are loaded, and it will be Roman in this ballgame again.
JKG down 0-2 in the count. He walks. Then Trent Farquhar down 0-2 in the count. He walks. And then Slade Alford battles to earn a walk with a full count. Late game dramatics here at Cardines Field. And the Gulls a hit away from a victory. Can Colton Ledbetter come through? Drives the first pitch on the right side. Fielded, thrown over to first, and we've got extra innings. Valley works out of it, and the Gulls leave the bases loaded. You might want some heart pills. We got extra innings baseball. Late game dramatics here at Cardines Field. We'll be right back.
Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today.
Welcome back to Cardines Field. Here for this broadcast between the Gulls and the Blue Sox. 4-4, the third extra inning affair for Valley in 4 nights. I'm sure they're getting pretty tired of this, but nonetheless, they will try to stave off a win in free baseball. Leading off second, as per the rules, it's the same rules as Major League Baseball with the runners on second, except after 11 innings, if we are still tied, it will result in a tie. Here's Chase Hansen at the dish. Looking to help the Blue Sox take their first lead in quite a bit. Hansen checks his swing on the pitch outside there, 1-0. Guys, thoughts on this crazy inning or crazy game we have here?
Yeah, McGuire, it's an interesting situation because you walk into an inning and already are forced to try to get out of a jam. Valley already with a runner in scoring position. How does that change his approach, and how aggressive can he be right here will be interesting.
The 1-0. Big cut and miss and a pitch low. It'll be 1-1.
Yeah, this situation when you got a man on second, it puts so much more pressure on the pitcher to perform because, you got a runner in scoring position. Literally one hit will give them a run.
Hansen, a couple of strikeouts, a grounder to the pitcher, and a fly out to right. Maybe these crazy ballpark dimensions will play some sort of role here in the 10th. The 1-1 to the lefty is just on the outside corner, 1-2. Maybe the crowd looked like it willed that call to be a strike, but 1-2 nonetheless to the right fielder Hansen. A strikeout's the least productive thing you could potentially do right now. Logan McGuire deals, and a chopper to the left side. Fielded over at third for the out by Luke Beckstein. Nice job by Matei moving over to third, and that allows Danny Melnick to potentially provide himself with another extra inning RBI here in the 10th.
Yeah, certainly a productive out and recorded by the Newport infield. And what we mentioned, Martinez coming in to start that 9th inning as a pinch hitter. He stays in the game as Newport's first baseman while Sam Kulasingam moves to right. So, of course, the day over for Ben Rounds, but Colton Ledbetter and Josh Kuroda-Grounder staying where they started this game.
Lots of pressure on Melnick with the infield in to give Valley at least a 1-run lead before the bottom of the 10th comes around, where Blue Sox pitching will face the bottom of the Newport order. Pitch 1 to Melnick is at the belt for a strike, 0-1.
Yeah, Melnick, all Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference first team as a utility player. So let's see if he shows why he was deserving of that first team award.
Melnick started out this game with a strikeout, a ground out to first, and another strikeout before singling to break the offer, as that one's low to even up the count at 1-1. On deck waits Demarius Rodriguez, who has hit into 3 more flyouts tonight, as well as a fielder's choice that he came around to score on back in the 8th. The 8th's been magical inning for Valley thus far, as the 1-1 is foul-tipped into the dirt, 1-2. Logan McGuire a strike away from potentially limiting the sac fly from being an option for the Blue Sox. In 1-2, 1 out here in the 10th. Robbie Matei anxiously waiting at third to try to come around and score. McGuire, the third pitcher of the night for the Gulls, getting ready to deal with the infield in. The 1-2. Up there, ball 2. Ball 2. 2-2 count now. Crowd not too pleased, but that was definitely high.
Yeah, he wanted that spot in the upper left corner and just missed it. And this is a battle right here. Interesting to see. Does he try to paint that corner again, or does he just attack?
Melnick just looking for some solid contact that finds a hole or at least is in the air to the outfield. The 2-2, a high pop-up. Left field making the catch in left is JKG, and the runner does not advance. A humongous out for Newport. And now they're going to need a hit from the catcher, Rodriguez, if they're going to want to score.
And major credit should be given to both Kuroda-Grounder and Spencer Smith for the communication, because that is a play in shallow left field where you really have to communicate. A lot of bad can go wrong right there, especially with a runner on third base. And Kuroda-Grounder makes the catch, swiftly coming up with the throw home, and Newport is an out away from escaping this. And it's amazing to call it, but it is a jam, even though they didn't give up a hit or a base runner. But the way extra innings works, you're more likely in a lot of ways to score a run than unlikely to. So Newport an out away from a really massive job well done here by McGuire and the Gulls.
Just had a meeting on the mound. Rodriguez just took a deep breath. Logan McGuire an out away from setting up Newport in the best possible way. That one way outside 1-0. In yesterday's extra inning victory for Valley, no team scored in the 10th. Valley pitching came around to limit North Adams once again to no runs scored before Danny Melnick with 1 out and a runner on second hit that walk-off single. Rodriguez, big cut at the pitch in the dirt. 1-1 for the third straight time. Looking at the way the infield is playing, a ground ball up the middle will give the Blue Sox a run. Meanwhile, the outfield playing in the gaps. Anything down the line should be successful for Rodriguez. The 1-1. Big cut and miss once more, 1-2.
I mean, McGuire, this is just absolute quality. You start off with a man at second base. You get 2 quick outs and not even an opportunity to get your offense back on the field. I mean, with a man on second, it's almost guaranteed a run in extra innings.
McGuire a strike away from getting out of the inning. The 1-2 to Demarius Rodriguez, fouled away. He'll stay alive.
Every fan here on the edge of their seat right now. I mean, go ahead run it third. 2 down in the 10th. This is any CBL baseball on its finest right here.
Oh, you know it. Another 1-2 to Rodriguez from McGuire. He struck him out. Logan McGuire, nothing but dominant in the 10th. And Newport is primed for victory when we come back for the bottom half. Gulls 4, Blue Sox 4. Here on the NECBL Network.
Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Franklin is the official batting glove of the New England League. The Newport Gulls broadcast network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on Your View New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews.
Buckle up. This thriller of a game continues here at Cardines Field. Thanks so much for joining us. To the bottom of the 10th we go. Valley 4, Newport 4. Zach Letson, Jeremy Goldstein, Caden Charpentier. We've been with you since 6:35 when this one started. It's 9:41, and we have no answers. We're right back where we started, and it's a new pitcher on the Valley Blue Sox to try to send this game to the 11th. Valley had, of course, the runner on second with the new NECBL rules, but could not bring him home. And Michael Volgendi, the righty out of Tufts, will try to get this to inning number 11. 9 games and 6 starts with the Jumbos this past season. A 3-0 record with a 4.98 ERA.
Yeah, Volgendi struggled a little bit in his relief outing against the Bristol Blues, but again, with a high-pressure situation, he's going to have to be a lot more careful in comparison to pitching in the 4th and 5th inning. So let's see what his communication is with Demarius Rodriguez, and if they could take advantage of the fact that they're not facing some of the top of the order hitters here. But you did mention to me at the break, Zach, Parker Haskin was the hero in their first victory of the year.
A pinch hit RBI double. And it was with a runner on second, and guess what the situation will be when he comes up to the plate here in the 10th? A runner on second. But this time there will be no outs as opposed to the 2 that were on the board in the 8th inning on Wednesday. The set runner at second will be Colton Ledbetter. He was the last out in the bottom of the 9th. Newport loaded him up on 3 walks but Ledbetter grounded out 4-3 to get Valley out of it. But now a new jam for the Valley Blue Sox. It's Haskin, Beckstein, and Spencer Smith.
You cannot get much better baseball than this, let me tell you.
This is trust me, the third extra inning game I've seen already this year.
Newport had one extra inning game in 45 games last year, and it was a loss right here to Ocean State. 4-2 in 10 innings. So the Gulls looking for their first walk-off since all the way back in 2019.
Was the same rules in effect last year?
Yes, but that was the first year of the rules. So this
they're
is
following along with MLB. Okay.
Right. Of course, no NECBL season in 2020. But, I mean, already here in 2022, we've been treated to some phenomenal baseball if you're a Newport Gulls fan. Especially if you're a fan of roller coaster rides, because that's really what it's been these past 2 games.
Now, this is going to be a huge AB for Volgendi and Haskin, because if he cannot advance the runner, that makes it a lot more comfortable for Volgendi the rest of the way.
Haskin looking for his first hit of the night. And he drives the first pitch on a couple hops right to the second baseman, Castelleggio. A productive out as it gets Ledbetter over to third.
It's a very productive out. He pulled it to the right side, allowing Ledbetter to move to third, like you said, Zach. And Luke Beckstein, who has hit 3 ground balls, is going to be challenged with the infield coming in. They cannot allow a run if they want to win the game. So this could make or break the game right here, just like the AB of Danny Melnick did.
Back-to-back Northeastern Huskies. Well, let's see what happens.
Beckstein takes strike 1 on the breaking ball. Can he play hero? A ground ball. Well, that might be good enough to get it done here.
If you're not confident attacking the zone, which would be strange to me because Beckstein has not had the best of days, you do want to walk the hitter instead, set up that double play to get out of it potentially.
Drives the 0-1, through for a base hit, and the Newport Gulls are walk-off winners. The final at Cardines in 10 innings. Newport 5 and Valley 4 as Luke Beckstein plays hero. What a game.
Lots of grit in this one, both sides. Newport showed talent up and down the lineup and in their pitching staff. Valley tried to stay with them as long as they could, but great game. Newport is a very talented squad. That's their second win in a row. Lots of credit goes to them. They're a great team.
Just an unreal game. Second game in a row here at Cardines. That's just been absolute quality. These fans have been treated, as Zach said, to some fantastic baseball so far. I mean, this is a place to be in the NECBL so far this season.
The first walk-off win for the Gulls in nearly 3 years. What a magical night at the park. Where do you even start? Back and forth, thrilling baseball, Jeremy, between these 2 teams. And we talked about it, is it's good as it gets. Both teams so close at one time or another to get wins. And at the end of the day, it's another character win for the Gulls. And what's another close game for this Blue Sox team.
Yeah, it's devastating, too, because they were unable to win on the road in extras in Martha's Vineyard. They come to Newport, Rhode Island, and they're also losing extra innings. They haven't lost a game in regulation yet, as crazy as that sounds. It's just been 4 games, though. But, man, and they've been a lot of competitive games this year, but, again, Newport just proved to be the better team on this particular night.
And Caden looking at this Gulls win. It's another one where they had to come from behind. Another one where they fought, scratched, and clawed, and at the end of the day, it was enough for a W.
Yeah, I mean, you start a second inning, you have 3 runs, you're down 3-2. So, I mean, this has shown just a lot of character in the Newport Gulls so far. The bullpen has been so massive. We talked about it earlier. They've been just really good. Like, Logan McGuire came in. I mean, guy at second base gets 3 outs. I mean, you can't tell. That is absolutely massive. Really, really impressive because it's almost guaranteed a runner's going to score in these extra inning rules. But 2 games in a row here at Cardines, 2 wins, undefeated at home so far. So Sam Coolsingham did not get a hit, and they still won the ball game, which is pretty impressive.
Well, it's another extra innings game, this time a loss for Valley. How do you put it behind you if you're Valley, Jeremy, and move on to the next one? a thrilling win for Newport, a crushing defeat for the Blue Sox.
You put it behind you by coming back. You got another 2-game homestand this weekend. The North Shore Navigators, who I believe were well on their way to dropping to 0-3, come to town, and then the Bristol Blues right after. So you can come back, win 2 in a row, go 3-0 in the division by the end of Sunday, and then that can make this loss not hurt as much.
Yeah, that is right, Jeremy. The North Shore Navigators did lose to the Upper Valley Nighthawks tonight by a score of 7-4 at Fraser Field tonight.
So yeah, start winning the games ahead of you. Don't worry about this one behind you. Again, in reality, the division games are the most important. The Blue Sox have 24 division games amongst 3 teams. They play another one this weekend alongside with the Navigators. So win those 2, and this one shouldn't hurt as much.
So the Gulls victorious in walk-off fashion here tonight. Newport with its 5th run in the 10th, its first run since back in the 5th, and it's enough for a sweet, sweet W in front of its home fans. Well, Jeremy, thanks so much for joining us, being a part of this broadcast. You've been a part of some great. That's all we've seen here at Cardines this season, and you were here to witness it.
Oh yeah, I've seen a walk-off finish in 3 out of the 4 games I've been a part of so far. So really invested in this NECBL baseball. But guys, Zach, Caden, thank you so much for the hospitality here in Newport. It's been a pleasure to join you guys, and I look forward to seeing you guys hopefully soon.
All right, well, that wraps up this portion of the Newport Gulls postgame show, but don't go away. We've got more coverage. Jeremy and myself signing off from the booth. But I now hand things over to Caden Charpentier to take us through this game and some scores from around the league. Caden?
Yes, that's right, guys. Zach will be going down, finding the player of the game. I'll talk a little bit about the game and a little bit about the scores around the league. Thank you so much for joining me. Right now it's around almost 9:50 here in Newport, Rhode Island. Beautiful, beautiful night. It turned out to be the sunset. It was gorgeous here in Newport, and fitting finish. A walk-off, the first walk-off, as Zach said, since 2019 for the Newport Gulls. They moved to a record of 2-1, or the Blue Sox fall to a record of 2-2. A very tough loss for the Valley Blue Sox. Right now, the Valley Blue Sox have won apparently 3 straight seasons. The Gulls now moving to 4 straight seasons for the Gulls that have won the opener against the Valley Blue Sox. And now 4 straight seasons that the Newport Gulls have defeated the Valley Blue Sox in the opener of the series. So nice to get ahead in the series. Last season, the Valley Blue Sox actually beat the Newport Gulls in their season series by a score of 4-3. So a very interesting back and forth affair by these two teams. I'm sure we're going to be treated to another quality game, just like the Mystic Schooners. Another game that was just 8-7 win. I mean, you come out and you get no hit in the first game by the Vermont Mountaineers, who have been on a roll. They move on to a record of 3-0, and now you come back, you win 2 games, 2 character games, and you're heading to Old Mountain Field to play the Ocean State Waves tomorrow, and that should be another good one. And you're one of your in-state rivals, another rival, one of the closest opponents that the Newport Gulls will face this year. The Mystic Schooners being the other one, and then they come back to Cardines Field on Monday night at 6:35. Well, they will batter the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. So this should be a very interesting run of play. The Newport Gulls do not take on the Valley Blue Sox until July 16th, a Saturday. That is on the road at Holyoke, Massachusetts. So pretty interesting. We got a lot of action, but yeah, I mean, it's just been a heck of a roller coaster here at Cardines Field. But yeah, I'm super excited, and hopefully we get some more good baseball here at Cardines Field.
I don't stand a chance. It's something that you're born into.
Well, an absolutely excellent victory tonight. An adversity win for the Newport Gulls. And tonight was a game that early on in the season when you don't have all your talent there, this is a night you often lose. But for the Gulls to take on the adversity, come back after giving up the lead late on in the 8th inning, and come back and still win, even after leaving the bags drunk in the bottom half of the 9th, and come back in the 10th. Just a great adversity win for the team.
Exactly. I mean, you make a fantastic point. I mean, Logan McGuire, guy on second base, I talked about it. He gets 3 straight outs with the guy on third base. That is, totally massive. It's almost guaranteed you're going to score a run in extra innings with the guy in second base. So, I mean, the bullpen has been massive so far. I mean, Kevin Sider came in, pitched really, really well. I mean, you started out with Colin Lowe, who pitched fantastic, 7 Ks, Sider with 5. I mean, the pitching staff has been really, really good, and the offense has started to click after the no-hitter in the opening game. So hopefully tomorrow at Ocean State, we can keep it rolling, go for 3 in a row, move to 3-1 on the season.
And then on top of that, one big takeaway from tonight, and one big takeaway from Newport so far at home is their situational hitting. We saw it on Wednesday night, the Newport Gulls. They were down 7-6, and then thanks to good situational hitting, they tied that game up. Tonight, one of the reasons why Valley isn't in the win column right now is poor situational hitting in the top of the 10th. You've got a runner on third, and you couldn't get him in. The Gulls, you get him over. First pitch, Haskin, ground ball to the right side, and then you end up winning it on a ground ball to the right side that got through. So just excellent situational hitting. And early on, again, as I said, when you don't have all of your stars, it's the little things that have to prompt you to victory. So really a great, complete victory for Newport tonight, both in the pitching, the situational hitting, and even the power, as Newport really had to win tonight. They had to get back into the win column because with that no-hitter still in their minds, you want to put that completely out the door.
Yeah, I think that no-hitter is a little bit still in the offensive minds. I obviously it's a tough thing to swallow. The offense has so much quality, as you touched on. I mean, the talent isn't all here yet, so you're still waiting on some guys who are in the NCAA tournament. I mean, and Sam Coolasingham, arguably the best hitter, two home runs last time out, did not record a hit tonight, and you still found a way to grind out a W. I think that just shows a lot of character that this Gulls team possesses. And when your stars aren't swinging the bat well, like Coolasingham, you pick them up and you get a nice walk-off win, and you head in tomorrow. I will say Coolasingham, he didn't get a hit today, but last time he didn't get a hit in his college career with the Falcons, the next pitch in the next game, he had a home run. So we could see that tomorrow. I don't want to jinx him again. I know on the broadcast I jinxed Coolasingham. My bad. I might have to apologize to him later.
Apologize.
I told him that he was going to make solid contact and get a nice hit, drive in an RBI. I tried to manifest it.
It's that broadcaster's jinx. You can't let that happen.
I can't let that happen. It was my fault. He struck out twice. I was just like, he's not going to do it again. And I mean, it got to me. And it was totally my bad, my fault that he couldn't get on base tonight. But hopefully tomorrow he can get on base. I don't want to jinx him again. So it's just another character win for the Newport Gulls. I mean, it's just quality.
Well, Caden, going to Ocean State tomorrow, what are your keys?
I think keys to the game. I mean, obviously you need to start out well. Obviously you give up 3 runs in the second inning. Yeah, the trend of the Newport Gulls has been giving up runs early on in games. From 5 runs in the first inning against the Vermont Mountaineers, you give up 2 runs to the Mystic Schooners in the first inning in that game. Second inning, you have 3 runs today. So I feel like the key is you need to improve on maybe starting the game well. The middle innings have been pretty solid, but if you could get one total game of solid pitching from beginning to end, I think this Gulls team will completely find themselves in a perfect position to go on a nice little win streak. But I think starting the game off well has to be the key. But these pitchers have been locked in. Colin Lowe, after his rough second inning, he was dialed in, just finding the strike zone with a variety of pitches, off-speed, fastball. And then Kevin Sider was just really, really good. Gave up an earned run, but just solid pitching overall for the Newport Gulls. And tomorrow, I mean, I think you need to start off well and then get some guys going when it comes to batter's box. I think Coolasingham will get it going tomorrow again. But keep this trend rolling. A lot of momentum. This is the best thing about New England baseball. You get another game tomorrow, and you get to keep this momentum going. It doesn't die after a nice day off.
Absolutely, and taking on the Ocean State Waves, a team with the Pell Bridge Series, a team that really was kind of one of the teams that got in the way of Newport down the stretch last year, Ocean State and Danbury. They're going to take them on. A little bit of a revenge game. It's the beginning of the Pell Bridge Series, which here in Newport is always a fun little rivalry between 2 teams that are so close in the New England Collegiate Baseball League. And then on top of that, next week you've got the Martha's Vineyard Sharks another little rival the Newport Gulls have. Some tough games ahead.
Yeah, definitely. Like division games, really, really tough games. The Ocean State Waves, they defeated the North Adams Steeplesats tonight. By scoring 9-5. So they're trying to keep their momentum going after a win, just like the Newport Gulls tonight. So each team coming off a win, it's going to be interesting how they face off tomorrow. Just see how the Keys, I think, starting off well, it's definitely something. But, I mean, rivalry division games are always the most important in this league. You got to win those division games. This is an out-of-division game that you won, very important. Nice character momentum building win. We will toss it over to Zach Letson, who is on the field. He will be signing off for tonight. Zach Letson on the field with tonight's player of the game, Luke Beckstein. Thank you so much.
Right, in 5, 4, 3.
All right, Zach Letson here with tonight's player of the game, Luke Beckstein, the hero tonight for Newport. Gulls winning 5-4 thanks to your walk-off single and your first hit as a Newport Gull. How's it feel?
It feels awesome. It's great to be out here with this crowd and get a win out here on Friday night. It's good to be down here in Newport.
Well, what do you think wins like this? I mean, you win 5-4 tonight. You win 8-7 on Wednesday. These one-run victories both come from behind efforts. What do you think that says about the character about your team?
I think we just stay at it. You know, we're just trying to win no matter what. If teams get in front of us, we're going to battle back. If we stay in front, we're just going to keep going after them. We're just ramping up right now, just getting used to the guys, getting used to the team. It's just exciting.
He got him. He got him. Spencer Smith with the splash. How's that splash feel?
Feels great. First one I've ever had, so it's awesome.
All right. Well, you guys got a quick turnaround. Ocean State tomorrow. How do you carry this momentum in? Because, I mean, this is summer baseball. These quick turnarounds. How do you keep a good thing rolling here?
Just keep the confidence, keep having fun. That's all we can do. It's summer baseball. We're just here with our friends, having fun. That's all we can ask for.
All right, Luke Beckstein, Northeastern, the hero tonight. Luke, thanks so much for the time.
Appreciate it.
All right, so Newport with its first walk-off win since 2019. They win here tonight over the Valley Blue Sox by a final of 5-4. Newport back in action tomorrow against Ocean State. That game over at Old Mountain Field at 6:30, and you can catch more Newport Gulls baseball right here at Cardines Field Monday at 6:35 against the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. Well, for our entire production crew that made this happen tonight, I'm Zach Letson signing off. Enjoy your weekend. For the final score for the final time, Newport 5, Valley 4, and we'll see you on Monday.